All right, what is going on? How we doing? So, if you can, turn your camera on so I can frickin' see your face. That would be nice. Thank you. You guys get a look at my face, I get to see yours. I'm just kidding. I'm not that hardcore, but I do love you guys for being here. Okay. So, we're going to go over some stuff here that is going to help you make money using the internet with your mouth. And I'm going to show you how to use information to create valuable offers and attract people, convert them into leads and then sales. Okay. So it doesn't matter what you sell. All that matters is that you care about helping human beings on the internet, and you are going to take what it is that you're learning and you're going to make it easier for somebody to get from point A to point B. Now, I've got some really cool slides put together for you, and I'm going to open up for questions. Everybody should get a chance to talk. I know we have thousands of people on here, but we should be able to get through everybody. And I've got this recorded, so if you need to watch it again, then I'm going to be putting this inside of the free community. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And I'm excited to help you guys, okay? Now, what I really want to get across here is I've noticed over the years, now I've been doing this for like 15 years, okay? So I've noticed over the years that some of the biggest trouble that people have is they're scared to show their face. They are shy. They are scared to go, putting themselves out there as a quote unquote expert. Um, they are worried that it's going to cost too much to do it. They are worried that they won't have the time to do it. They think they have to be some kind of technical genius to do it. And so those are things that I really want to squash today. And I really want you to know that we only do like three real things. Now, I've been able to, my first full year when I did this, when I actually started selling courses, okay, I did physical product business. Then I did the MLM thing. I even got a free car in the MLM thing. Um, and then I also had a service business. I did an agency for about 5 years. And I made money in those things, but they sucked away my time. And some of them didn't make as much money as I would like them to have made. But then when I got into courses and I started taking the information that I was getting from experience, B, learning at the same time, and then doing, I was able in my first full year to make, there is a freaking owl that just landed right there. I shouldn't have this window in front of me. I've got a little ADD on that. I like nature. But the thing that I did was put a course together, and I helped martial arts business owners to get basically new students using the internet. And before, their big plan, their big idea behind all this was to they were like, you should use red paper for the flyers, not yellow. What's wrong with you? That was their that was the discussion in the groups, and I was like, holy shit. So I was like, well, I'll help these people. I did karate when I was a little kid, so I'll be able to show them my karate picture and connect with them. I made 800 and like 5 grand in about 9.5 months or something doing that. Blew my brains. I thought I was like mega rich. I had uncovered the Holy Grail, which in a way for me I did, because ever since that moment I haven't went backwards anyway. There's been some rough spots, but I've gotten through it, and I'll tell you, it's really profitable because when you're selling information, for God's sakes, there's nothing that you have to like ship up, tape together, and send out. Um, and it was really technically hard, so I understood that part, and that's why I was valuable to the martial artists, right? But when I learned to open up to more people, I see what I did wrong in the beginning was I I did niche marketing, because you hear that, pick a niche, go niche. Have you guys heard that before? So I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I was, stupid. I didn't know what I was doing. Um, but I just went after it, and I was like, well, if I fail, I'll try again. If I fail, I'll try again. If I fail, I'll try, that thing. And it's a good way to think. But I I went at it and I went into it was called martialartsgrowth.com. I think you can still go there. I haven't been there in a while. But I couldn't help anybody. And then COVID happened and they're like, martial artist, you can't do business. And so it was like they were saying the same thing to me. So I was like, oh crap. All right. I learned there. So instead of doing niche marketing, you market the niches. So you're still picking a niche, but your business isn't going to be the niche, right? That's why I went to makeonce.com because it was like, I was always saying, I was like, if you guys just learn how to make it once, you can sell it forever. So I was like, make once. So I tell you that because all we're really doing is we're literally just helping somebody get from point A to point B. And if you want to make it more than that, you can, like as far as complicated, but that's all it is. So everybody that's on here right now, if you are thinking, oh, it's, I don't look the way I should, I don't sound the way I should, I don't know the tech, I don't have the thing, I'm not a this, I'm not a that, it's all just a bunch of crap, okay? Like just stop, please. All right? What you need to do is say, okay, what do I want to be known for? What do I like? Okay. What do I want to be known for and why? I wanted to make money. Okay. Life sucked without money. It did. All right. I was arguing with my loved ones or I was doing stuff that I didn't want to do because I didn't have the money. Right. Well, we can't pay this bill. Well, I'm trying. Well, hand me, I want to numb myself. So I would drink something, or whatever. It's like all these bad things in my life sucked. Right. I got fat because I was like using food as a coping mechanism. It was like all this stuff sucked, right? And so I was like, well, I got to figure this money thing out, but I didn't want to do hard labor. I grew up doing that. So I was like, how can I use this internet thing? So I used the internet. I tried to figure it out. I said, I don't care what I got to do. I'll figure it out. I'm going to use the internet because I just want to be with my computer and be able to make money in bedrooms around the world. And so I was like, this is something that I got to figure out. And that's why I wanted to be known for it. And when I went out on the internet, I was like, guys, I don't know shit about this, but I'm going to learn how to do this. And as I learn this, I'm going to tell you what I'm learning and show you if it worked or not, and you can use it or not. It's up to you. So if you're out there and you've got this thing that a lot of people like to call imposter syndrome, okay? How many of you guys feel like you have imposter syndrome? And you feel like, you feel like you're an imposter. You feel like you're being something that you're actually not. Does anybody deal with that, or was I the only one? Okay. Because if that's how you feel, the problem is you're just not being honest about it. Okay. Do you know how much more trust that you will get if you just say, hey, I, I've never done this before. I'm brand new to it. But if you follow along, here's what I'm going to be doing. Here's what I'm going to be helping you with. And if you like the information, I'm going to start compiling it into a program. I'm going to start doing a pocket coaching, and I'm just going to teach you. You can cancel at any time. Okay. I'm telling you that I don't know all the answers, but I will bring them to you. I will find people that do have the answers and I'll bring them to you. And I'll make it very easy for you to get through this, right? Or you do have the answers and you just need to quit acting like you don't and pretend that, I don't know where this imposter thing comes from, right? To me, it's just like, just be honest. And I literally have people get on here and go, so you want me to tell the truth of like where I'm at? I'm like, yeah. Did you hear what you just said? How freaking crazy is that? So I want you to just think like, okay, Mike, you getting them damn things planted or what, brother? So the thing is, um, I want you to just, it's okay. Like you realize if 1,000 people gave you $1 a day, a lot of things in your life change, right? I don't care if you're making 30 grand a month now. Okay. I want to show you guys something here. Does anybody have any questions right out of the gate for me? Because I asked people to go over to the chat and put in there where they're from and why they're here. But I was probably speaking a different language at that time. Okay. So I want to show you guys something here. Okay. Sorry, sometimes I get a little mouthy. But I want to show you guys something here. Okay. I went out and looked and I was like, okay, what does it take to this program I'm using? Because I know people will ask. This program that I'm using is called Miro. If you teach online, it's good to have something like this so that you can show what you're trying to show people. I went online and I found this Benzinga. I've never been to Benzinga before in my life, but it got pretty damn close. And I assume that, this is Pennsylvania. Okay, Michelle, nice to meet you. Um, so the Benzinga, they said that to get top 1, 5, or 10%, okay, here's what you have to make to get to these numbers. Okay, and I made it real simple over here. Can you guys see my screen? Are we seeing the colors and stuff like that? Okay. So top 10%, you need to make 135,000 a year or 11,000 a month. Now, when I say 1,000 members, I know some of you are like, Mike, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing here. And you're talking about 1,000 members. Well, it's 1,000 people, okay? That's getting 3 new people a day. Well, Mike, I don't know anything. I know that, right? I'm with you. I understand, okay? But what do you have going on right now that in a year from now, you could be making 12 grand a month digitally, doing what you like to do with who you like to do it with in a way that you like to do it, and you're completely like real and having fun and being yourself and enjoying what you're doing and making that, right? Like, so if you just follow what I'm going to share with you today, because I'm not holding anything back today, I'm going to give you the answers, okay? But if you just follow what I'm going to say and believe it and actually take action on it, this is something that is so Ohio. All right, Kim, awesome. Nice to meet you. Thank you for being here. So the thing that AZ, oh, I've lived out in AZ for 7 years, trying to get clear which niche. Okay, gotcha. So look at this, $12 a month. And I think we might have a math teacher in here, I think, if Keith made it. Keith, are you here? Keith is not here. Is Keith here? Keith is not here. Okay, let me go double check. This man has been trying to get in here. Let me check real quick. Yeah. Oh, wait, there he is. I got to like his post. Okay, good. All right, go to the calendar real quick. Go to the calendar. We are waiting for you. Okay. I like Keith because he's got something that's not make money. Everybody thinks it's got to be make money. Okay. Real fast. I'm not going to waste time. You guys are smart. So I just rounded it up to the next thing. If you get 1,000 people paying you 30 bucks a month, okay, 1,000 people, 30 bucks a month, that is 30 grand a month. If what I'm saying when I say this stuff to you doesn't fire you up, I don't know what to say to you, because to be in the top 1% of income earners on planet Earth, I don't care where you live, you need to make basically 70 grand a month. Okay. Now that sounds like a shitload of money, and it is. All right. If you've ever made, money before, like a lot of money in a month, like usually if you're making 70 grand a month, you typically have quite a bit left over after you take care of your needs. Okay. And you can even get a pair of shoes and a shirt and you still will be fine. Okay. So this is $70 a month, 1,000 people paying you 70 bucks a month. Okay. That's like $2.50 a day or something. Okay. Now, I don't know about you, but what if this took 2 years? Or do you have something right now that, and just use common sense, okay? If you're a big real estate guru and you've got tons of money and all that shit, great, okay? Just in the commonality of most people, let's be honest here, okay? Do you have something that in 2 years, if you were working really consistent, I didn't say hard, but I call it hard work because being consistent is hard. But if you just showed up, you did 3 simple freaking posts, you got on live, I mean, I'm not in pain right now. This is a very simple thing to do, right? I know what I'm prepared, so I know what I'm talking about. It's not like I'm like, oh. I'm in a room by myself. Nobody's in here. It's just me. I can hear Michelle downstairs because she's downstairs right now, if you know who she is. Okay. She's my other half of 13 years now. And she does shit like this too. Okay. This is not something crazy hard. We're just helping people. All right. And so if you can get your head around this, just getting 3 new members a day, or maybe you just get one, or maybe you get one every other day or something, or maybe you just get one a week. If you are just Netflix is 22 bucks a month if you get the good package, and there it's a multi-billion-dollar company. Okay. 13 years. Woohoo. Yeah, it's been a ride. That's hard to do, consistency. But you just have to be consistent. You have to be helpful, and you just have to prepare. and you have to show up and you have to care. Because if you do that, this is just the beginning of it. Okay. Because this is just a simple thing. $30 a month. Somebody pays you to get access to your whatever it is that you're teaching. You get 1,000 people. That's 30 grand a month. Okay. So to get in the top 10, 5, and 1%, $70 a month at 1,000 members is 70 grand a freaking month. And this is digital money. Okay. And it's real. There's nothing wrong with it. Have you seen the net worth of Harvard? It's like 40 something billion dollars. What do? As far as I know, they just give you information. They don't promise you no job. And most people that I know, people that have serious degrees, that I have done their numbers with power washing company for over 20 years, and it's hiring. That's what, yes, absolutely. I totally agree with what you're saying there. I understand. Okay. Now, I have to say this so I don't go to jail. Okay. This is not get rich quick. This is not do nothing and make money. This is just what I'm sharing with you in the numbers and blah, 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 blah. I'm just sharing what's worked for me and my members. Okay. I'm just telling you, these aren't income claims and shit like that. I'm just, I think you guys are all smart enough to know, but this is educational content. I'm not guaranteeing you any money. Okay. I have to say that. Okay. Just cover my ass. All right. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to make huge claims. You don't have to be the coach yourself. You can even, I have people that literally just gather people together. I know somebody that makes over $10 million per month selling a $49 per month thing, and they're not even in the program. They get experts together on a particular topic, and they provide the value to over 200,000 people. Okay. Now he's an anomaly, a freak of nature, but point in case, it's possible. You do not have to build it before you sell it. Matter of fact, if you just literally start talking about it and say, that's why I love the pocket coaching. You can literally just say, hey, every day, like a magazine subscription, only it's every day, you're going to get a video, one video per day, sharing how to start your own miniature farm in the middle of New York City off of your patio, right? How to sell microgreens, or how to create your own food for whatever it is, right? So every single day, which the guy that's down here doing the microgreens, you can see him in here. His name is Mike. He came to me, and in his first month, I mean, he can tell his stories if he wants, but he wanted to make 5 grand a month. He came in, he didn't question anything. He was coachable. He started making offers right away. He wasn't there. There was no big crazy thing created or whatever. And he just started making offers, and he did over 10 grand his first month. Okay. And as far as I know, Mike, you're just up and to the right since then, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, I know you're busy. You got gloves on, for God's sakes. You don't have to be extroverted. You do not have to have some kind of big, crazy energy. All you need to do is help people get results. Okay. You don't need lots of money to start. Matter of fact, everything to get started is absolutely free to get started. Like, it gives you 30 days to figure it out. And if you just get started and get going, yes, working other people around. Okay. I got you. Because the market is saturated. Okay. People think that, oh, well, I can't do it. Everybody else is doing it. No, that's why you should be doing it. You need 1,000 people, not 10,000, 1,000. So to make this work, this is all we have to do. I am not oversimplifying this stuff. You are literally getting somebody from the red circle to the blue circle. If they could do it, they would do it already. That's the thing you have to understand. We call this the gap. Okay. If you can get somebody from their current situation, point A, to their desired situation, point B, they will pay you, point and blank. What I'm talking about here, when I was showing you these little numbers here, I had, oh God, oh God, oh God. Well, I just spilt that on the ground. These two things right here cost more per day than what people have to pay you in a monthly membership. Think about that. And okay. And if you have 1,000 people give you $1 a day, you make $1,000 a day, and you get to keep 98% of that. God damn it. I made a mess. Hold on. So what I'm trying to tell you is, okay, you have to be very professional, and you can't spill things on the floor or nobody will listen to you and they will leave. Okay. What I love about this business is the fact that I can just be myself. I can be a human being, and I can help people. And I don't know about you, but that is just amazingly amazing to me. And so I am telling you that I'm not holding anything back. There's no little secrets, that I'm not telling you. Most of you are smart enough to hear what I'm saying right now and go out and do this without ever having to buy anything from anybody. Okay. Not leaving, but laughing with you. Okay. But you see what I'm saying? So you have to realize that all I'm doing is providing value. I went out there and I did these three things. How do I attract, convert, and deliver? Because this is all we do. Okay. Can you guys see that big enough? Is it large enough? Okay. So this is all we ever do. All right. I might save you thousands in coaching and programs right here. If you can just grasp this with me. We attract, convert, and deliver. Okay. How do we attract people? Well, they're out on social media. Okay. They're right here. They're out on social media. Let me get my little pen. Let's get real fancy here. Okay. They're out here on social media and we attract them making long videos, short videos, and we can go live. Many of you are here today because you've seen me moments ago on a live, right? People, I'll be going live. I'll be doing a video or something and they'll say this, Mike, how do you do marketing? How do you get people to like come to you? I'm like, I'm doing it right now. I'm live with you. I'm talking to you. I'm sharing with you, right? I'm sharing with you. I'm wearing a bowling shirt, right? And I'm trying to invite you over to learn more about this right now. Okay, so that's all you do. Short, long, and live. Well, Mike, I'm doing that and they're not coming. Well, what the hell are you saying? Right? Are you offering them anything? If you can, write this down. If you're not making offers, you're not making money. Okay. So here, it's real simple. If you're saying things like, well, I'm not making any money, my first question for you is, how many people have you asked to buy your thing today? Well, but it feels, well, feelings don't, you can't use feelings in business. Okay. Business is a numbers thing, right? Business doesn't care about your feelings. Only thing business cares about is, did you do it or not? Okay. So you have to understand that if you're not making offers, you are not going to make any money. Well, Mike, I don't have anything to sell. Well, we're going to cover that here in a minute. Offers don't always have to be buy my stuff. It can be, hey, come join me on this live and hang out with me. Here's the thing. If I made you hang out with this case every day, okay? And I told you to take care of it, don't drop it, don't break it, and you hung out with this case every day, you would start to build a little bit of a relationship with it. You would trust that it can do certain things, that it can sit in certain places. You'd start to understand it differently. If you carry this thing with you every day, which I have for many days, and I have a little bit of a bond with it, okay? You start to trust things, and you start to realize if they're worthy or not. And this is what happens in this business. You are still considered a small business if you have 3,000 employees. So unless you intend on being a big business above 3,000 employees, then you are a small business. And when you're in an internet online coaching and consulting business, you are just you and maybe a couple helpers that you outsource to, maybe if you need to. Okay. And some of you are a little bit bigger. Okay. But what does that mean? Why are you saying that? Well, I'm saying that because you need to build your personal brand and people need to be able to trust you. And people have bullshit detectors. So if you feel imposter syndrome, it's probably because you're bullshitting people. And what you need to do is, just, it's okay to be where I am. And you can stop bullshitting people and you can literally just say, hey, this is where I am. This is what I'm doing. This is where I'm going. Okay. This is what this is. This is how I'm doing it. And just be where you are and realize that people are okay with that. All right. And you can go to social media and you can say, guys, this is what I'm doing. This is where I'm going. And if you want to get more, okay. Keith, did Keith make it? Is Keith here? Not yet. No? Okay. Well, if you're here and you're trying and you're wanting to do this stuff, you can just say, guys, this is what I got for you. It's a free community. I have free things in there where I've taken my time to create it for you and show it to you. And they will come. That's an offer, right? Then how do you convert people? Well, we have an about page with our Skool. And the reason I use Skool is because Skool, again, I have made life-changing money with this business. I have, I have done email lists. I love email lists. I've made a lot of money with emails and all that stuff. And I'm here to tell you that I'm not discounting that stuff. Okay, it works. But what I was more concerned with is being able to take everybody that, even if they have technical abilities or not, and I can actually help them do this, because the important thing here is not how good at tech you are. The important thing is can you get somebody a freaking result? They don't care how hard you worked. They don't care where you got the information. They don't care anything. They care, can you help me or not? That's what they care about. Okay. You know that. I know that. We can't even lie about it. Okay. If you were dying from terminal brain cancer and I come in and I'm this snarling, like crazy looking, mud on my face, smelly, stinky, and I hold up this thing and I'm like, listen, you take this right here and it goes away in 3 seconds forever. You'll never get it again. Do you care where I got the pill? Do you care what I look like? Do you care what I smell like? Do you care what I drive? Do you care where I live? Do you care what the video looks like? No, you don't. What you care about is you have the answer to your problem. Okay. And if I can get it to you faster, easier, and you can have more fun doing it, what else do you want? How else could you want it? Do you follow me? Okay. So the only thing that you need to focus on is consistently showing up so that we know that you're going to be there. Can you imagine if gravity took a day off? Okay. So you have to focus and you have to get into one thing, solve one problem. And then when you dial that in, you can get to 6 and 7 figures with just one. You don't need 10 products. You don't need 50 offers. You don't need to be on every social platform. I'm just telling you the truth. Okay. I was just on TikTok with you and you're here. Okay. So if you just do that and focus and show up, people will come. They will join your free school. School's easy. It gives you everything you need. People come to events. This is an event. You came to it. If I didn't have this event, you wouldn't be here, would you? Okay. You get what I'm saying? So, well, they won't come over. Well, why should they? Is there something going on? Do you have something for them to do? Is there an event going on? Well, I don't know how to do that. Well, listen, oh, you just, you just do it. You set it up and when people get there, you say hello. You use Zoom like you're probably using for your job or wherever you work or whatever you're doing. Okay. This isn't new to us. And you start presenting something. You can get prepared before you do something. What are you trying to help them do? Right? So we have an about page. If you go to my about page in Skool, it has a video there. It says, hey, here's what's going on. If you like this stuff, come on in. Here's how you do it. They came on in. Okay. Then I put events on the calendar because there's a calendar in there. I put an event on it. I say, come on down. Here's what we're going to talk about. Okay. And then I can post in the community and say, guys, here's what's going on. If you want it, great. If you don't, great. This is all it is. This is all it is. I'm not going to, we don't have to pretend it's anything else. I promise you. I know people like to make it a bunch of stuff, but this is, I'm telling you, it is my goal in life to help people realize this. Because if you do, you can literally, I don't know what you're trying to do, but I can tell you, you can make more money than you need consistently. You'll never make money. This is all entertainment, but you know what I'm saying. Okay. I'm just sharing with you what worked for me and what can work for you. And I've not had to work for anybody for over 15 years. I'm 38 years old. Okay. I make a lot of money doing this. And it sounds crazy to say that, and it sounds weird and arrogant and all that shit, but it's true. It's just the way it is. And, I have multiple communities. I have multiple offers going. I have multiple things happening. But I didn't start that way. I made my first big chunk of money with just literally one thing. And I could have stayed there and done that. okay? Then when we deliver, so this is all we do, red, green, blue, to deliver on the promise that got them from, so when we're out there on social media, we're making these promises. I'll show you this, I'll do this, we're going to have this. You have to deliver on those things or they'll say you're a liar. They'll say you're not real. This isn't good. But if you say those things and then you give them those things, they'll say, I like you. Friend of mine, also in the problem, go check them out, help me. Okay? So we have a free school. You can just have one school, but if you have a free school, that's the free stuff. They come over for the free. Here's a free drink. Hi, Sally, I like your shirt. Can I buy you a drink? How you doing? Okay? It's no different. No different here. It's just like dating. You're just dating your customers if you want to think about it like that. If you go out there to the world and you're like, hi, my name's Mike. Want to have a baby and get married? I'm out of here, freak. But if I'd have bought a drink, took her on multiple dates, got to know her, and she found out that I was a nice guy or whatever, maybe we could move to the different levels here, okay? I tell you that not to be silly. I tell you that because it's no different here. This slide right here is all you really need to know, right? I wish it was more crazy and genius and complex, but it's not. So I'd screenshot this if I was you. How do we deliver? Well, you can use videos. You can use Zoom like we're using right now, and you can use posts. And you in a post, you can put all kinds of stuff in there, pictures, videos, text, audio, okay? I like video because you can hear me, you can feel my video, my body language. It's like being in real life, right? This is weird because we're in real life, but But this is all this is. I'm telling you. This is all I do. I organize information like I've done here, and I share it with people. Has this been valuable to anybody here today? Okay, have you guys found value in this here today? You see, this stuff is valuable to people. It can help people. It can change them. And here's what you're trying to do. Okay, you're not reinventing the wheel. Okay, people says, I just joined, but it's already valuable. Well, good, Stefan. Cool, yes, love the visuals. Awesome. What's the difference between your free school and paid school community? Okay, good. So what I do here, Farouk, if I messed that up, I'm sorry. I'm from Kansas. So I kind of paint Kansas this. Okay, so the free and the school, or the free and the school, the free and the paid, okay? The free community, think of that as like your email list, or think of that as like your, I mean, to me, it's just all the people that haven't bought yet, but they're interested sort of, and they need more help. The free school, I take them in there, and if they're just on my email list, here's the problem. When people are just on your email list, they don't get to connect with other people, right? Because nobody knows who is who on the list. They don't know, right? But they all are on the list because they all have the same common problem, right? They're all there because you said you could fix this problem, and they're all there because they said you could fix this problem. So they all have sort of the same problem, right? But if they can't connect with each other and they don't know each other, then emergence can't happen. See, you and me by ourselves cannot get to a place that we can get when we're together here, right? That's called emergence. Some people call it the two minds create the third mind or whatever. It's that group thing. But what's really important here is if you get a bunch of people that have the same problem and you get them together, they'll start talking about their problem because pain is a connector. Oh, your back hurts too? Oh God, me too, Jesus. Oh, and they start talking about the problems and you get to overhear that in the community and you be able to create the solution for it now. Okay, so I like to bring people into a free community where I can listen. Okay, I can listen and I can find out what the actual problems are, and then I can create the solutions for them in the paid community. And so in the paid community, it's no different than the free community. The only difference is in the paid community, we talk about the depth and the details and the how-to, and people in the community are talking about things that they're learning in the program, in the courses. And they also get access to a calendar over there in the paid community that is just for paid people. The conversation's different. We're going into extreme detail. They get weekly and daily calls. They get all these things, right? In the free community, they get one call a week, okay? And it's more surface level, okay? But many people can take what they're learning here and take it to any level they want if they want to, okay? It's also a place for them to get to know you and find out if you're a mass murderer, a liar, or if you actually know what you're talking about, okay? So the free community is kind of like the the connection place, the place where they get to know, like, and trust you on their own account, and there's friends in there, right? So that's the difference. Here's what we focus on in this business. We help people make a transformation. People don't care about your course. People don't care about your information. People don't care about your slides. Can you get them from, can we get them to transform? Okay. So we help people implement the principles that we're teaching in our workshops or in our coaching or in our courses. We actually help them do that. The days of just creating a course and selling it are dwindling away, because just like you, many people have bought courses, they don't complete them. They don't do anything with them. Okay. Have you ever done that? So it's important that you help people get the transformation. We also enhance their ability to do something faster, do something better, do something easier. Okay. We also shift them over to the correct techniques. A lot of people are doing things and it's not that they're doing them wrong. They're just doing them in a way that is not very efficient, and it doesn't help them reach their goals. That's our success formula. So you're going to have a success formula. You're going to have workshops, and you're going to give them behind the scenes action, showing them what you're doing and how you're doing it. And then you're going to work with them personally. I call it member reboot. And I'll show you what my stuff looks like so you can copy it. Okay. Or I mean, model it and do it your way. Okay. Because it's, if you're going to go coach basketball like me, then you're probably going to teach dribbling and passing and shooting like I would. Okay. But you're going to do it your way. So, okay, here's the famous, we've been able to do all these things. We've got a bunch of nice cars and big trips and life is great and testimonials and all that stuff. Okay. I'm not going to bore you with that. But what I started noticing, here's a screenshot of my first year back in 2017 when I made 810, it was 810 grand, sorry. Took home 769. That's the net profits. It's ridiculous. And then so now, these are just some pictures of campaigns that I did, ran some email campaigns, 58,000 in that one. I'm just trying to show you that stuff, which I always feel stupid doing that, but whatever. Okay. Made a bunch of failures, blah, 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 blah. But what I do know is this, okay? I want to get to, let me take you guys here to this stuff, okay? So all of you, how many people right now create content and it's not working for you? And you think, well, I'm just not pretty enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not this. I'm not that. Okay. How many people deal with that shit? Yeah. You think that. Okay. It's funny. Okay. Now, if you are some sexy, beautifully spoken, amazing genius or whatever, well, good for fucking you. Okay. I'm not. And most people aren't. But it does help if you have those three things. But you're like a goddamn, one in a bazillion. Okay. For the rest of us that still want to have a way to do all this, pardon my French, earlier, I get a little like that sometimes. What we need to do is focus on the details of the math here, which are people are in these three places right here. Whether you like it or not, or you want to believe me or not, someday you'll find out on your own, and it may take longer than it should. But people are in these places right here. They're in these three different zones. And if you don't figure out how to get them through these zones, it doesn't matter how much content you create, ain't going to work. Okay. You may stumble into a sale here and there, but if you want consistent sales coming in, you better learn this red, green, blue real quick. Okay. Pardon me. So here's the thing. I'm going to open up for questions here in a minute. I know this wasn't very amazing, but hopefully you got some stuff out of it. And I'll show you some more things here as we go. Usually the questions get good. We can get into it. Let's just imagine, because we help people solve problems, remember? We help people get from point A to point B. All right. This is what we do. So in this way, there are people out there that are in this section here. More people are in the red. That's why the red block is bigger. Okay. More people are in the red. And let's look at it like this. Let's say that Eugene, okay, that can be a guy or a girl, I think. Eugene back hurt. Okay, so they're going to work, they're dealing with, oh god damn, I can't even get out of bed. What? Oh, they're not sure. They're on social media watching cat photos and videos and shit, and here comes Michelle, and she's like, if your back hurts when you get up, listen, there are some things that you might not know, but three of those things that you do need to know are if you're sleeping like this, if you're turning like this, if you're bending like this, whatever it is, it's a did you know type post. Gets their attention. Okay. I was walking on a cruise ship last year and it was so funny. I was walking through the casino part and the TVs, you can bet on the horses and all this shit. And one of the TVs goes, it's like, does your back hurt? I'll just never forget that. And they show this black and white picture and this old man like this and like a red pumping thing by his back. And I was like, God, they're still doing it. But this is what you do. You get people's attention, right? So that when you're posting, you got to get their attention with something that's going to get their attention. Or some people say, stop the scroll or whatever the case is. But you got to get these people's attention up here. A lot of you are just doing these types of posts, and this is your problem, okay? You can't just do sit-ups all day. You got to do other stuff too, right? Okay. So when you're doing these, it can be like most people don't even know it, that if you did this or you did that this would happen. That's a did you know post. So one of your posts each day need to be that. Okay. Now you can use this same sort of thing for ads too. We did the ads the same way. If they watch the red ads, then we would retarget them with the green ads. If they watch the green ads, we'd retarget them with the blue ads. Okay. It's same thing. If you just do 3 pieces of content like this every day, as they discover you and look through your stuff, they're going to find the green and the blue and the red. They might find the blue first, then go to the red, then the green, but they're going to get through the cycle. Okay. When you go to create a course, your free offer with your free paid school, you should probably take them through a red, green, and blue journey in that free program. If you want them to buy stuff anyhow. This was the biggest thing that I left out in my journey when I was building. I just was like, oh, I'll do content. Gary Vee said do 400 posts a day. So I was just doing that. And I wasn't using any logic behind it. I was just talking about random shit. Anybody relate to this? Okay. Ain't working? Yeah. Cheers. So the thing is if you don't focus on this in your free offer, lightning strikes when I said that. If you don't focus on this in your free offer, your paid offer, in your course, in your programs, every time you talk, they're not going to go from one place to the other. If you're making offers and you don't give them a time limit, a bonus limit, a price limit, they're going to say, I'll get to it later. I mean, when would you pay your rent if it wasn't due? The only time some people exercise is when the doctor's like, listen, you got 3 clogged arteries and you're on to the next one here soon and you're going to die unless you lose 25 pounds. You've never seen somebody lose weight so fast. So you have to understand that in your offers, it's no different here. It's not because they don't like what you're selling them. They'll do it later because they're humans. Oh, I'll do that later. I got shit I got to do. Okay. So it's not that your offer sucks. It's not that you don't know what you're doing. You're not giving them a reason to go right now. The red, the green, the blue has to be paid attention to. Your rotating topics. I mean, if you teach basketball to Michael Jordan for 15 years, what are you going to say to the guy? Right? So you got to learn how to say the red, the green, and the blue 1,000 different ways. Well, you've got ChatGPT-4 now. Every time you say that one of your posts, you can go on ChatGPT and say, hey, I said it this way. How do I say it 10 different ways? What are 10 more different ways? What are 10 more different ways? You have to get out there. If you're not attracting people, you can't convert them. If you can't convert them, you don't get paid. Okay? Now, you have to help people see the vision. They can't see it. If they can't see where they're going, they can't get there. If you don't, you could have the best gun in the world, but if you don't have a target, how are you going to hit anything? Okay? So, did you know? Now they watch, oh, I didn't know that you could do that and make your back a little better. I wonder how do you actually get in and do that? So that's their next question, right? How to do it. And you say, now you're probably wondering, well, how do you change your posture in your chair now that you know that posture could be the problem? Well, let me show you what a lot of people do, not how. They got to pay for the how. Okay. Let me show you what a lot of people that aren't doing the posture thing right, what they've done to do things different. Okay. And you can take them what to do. Okay. You can even show them how to do it a little bit. Right. It's okay. All right. And then you take them in and you say, now, I'm sure you're probably wondering, well, there's this course on back pain. There's this program. There's this pill. What do I do? A versus B. Here's why a lot of people that take back pain medicine don't get better. Here's why a lot of people that go to back pain doctors don't get what they need. But let me show you what we do differently and why. Now, if that sounds good to you, listen, I've got 3 spots that are opening. They're going to go fast. And, normally it's $1,000, but you can get in right now for $100. And I'll tell you what, if you get in right now, we've got a bonus for the first 10 people that get in, and it's X, Y, and Z. But you got to be one of the first 10, okay? People will do it. Okay? You're not going to go out there and say shit like that and people not do it if they have the problem. Let me say this. If you are somebody that is looking for your customer, I want to tell you that you're not going to find them. You don't go looking for customers. We're not trying to find our perfect customer. We're attracting our perfect customer. How do you find a fish in the ocean? How do you find a fish in the lake? You don't find a fish in the lake. Well, how do you find a person in social media? You don't. So quit looking. That's why you can't find them. You silly goose. You got to attract them to you. Well, how do you do that? Well, you better know what they want. See, I can go out and catch a fish because I know what they eat. I know where they eat. You ain't going to find a catfish in the ocean. They don't go there. You got to go to where they are. You got to attract them to you. When do they eat? What do they eat? Why do they eat it? Why would they want it? Where would they get it? What's the hook? In fishing, it's a real metal hook. What's our hook? Let me show you something for free. Can I buy you a free drink? Shit, many women have accepted a free drink and not knowing what they're getting into. You don't know. So they don't either, right? So you have to understand it's no different. Okay, it's no different. You're going to hook them and maybe they don't like you. Maybe they don't like your hair. Well, who gives a shit? Somebody will. Okay? Somebody will. And you got to help people through these 3 little things here, okay? Number 1, you got to help them believe that they can actually do it. Whether you think it or not, some people just don't think they can do it. You got to show them in your content that they can do it. How do you do that? Well, examples work really good, okay? Why don't you show them? Listen, this lady over here, she could only grow hair on half the side of her head, and she was able to do face content. She could show her face and do it, okay? They don't believe in what you're showing them. Show them examples of how it works. They think that they're too busy. The outside world's going to slow them down. They've got 5 cats. They've got a dog. They've got 3 kids. They live in 2 different places and they only got 1 car. And that's the reason why they can't do it. Well, listen, even if all of those things are happening, let me show you why this can still work for you. And so when you go to create your content, whether it's red, green, or blue, you're going to take and always open up your content with an opportunity. What's the opportunity? What are you sharing with me in this content? Some people call it a hook. What's the opportunity? Okay, what am I going to get? And then talk about the challenges. Everybody knows any opportunity is going to have a challenge. So if you don't talk about it, they think you're lying to them. Okay. What's your story? Why do you know anything about this? What is your experience with this? What's going on? Or what is somebody else's experience with it? Okay. And then show us the steps. What are the steps you're going to show us? Okay. We don't expect to figure out everything on the first go, but I mean, how are you going to get us there? What are some myths about it that people have? What are some data that people have? What's some real, what's fake and what's real? Give us both. And then recap what you told us. And then what do you want us to do now? This is it. These 7 things are all you need to ever know. I don't care if you're making a course. I don't care if you're doing a webinar. I don't care what kind of content you're making. Just follow these 7 steps. Okay? Are you guys learning anything? Have any of you guys maybe been doing this a little wrong? You feel like, well, shit, I think I've been doing this kind of wrong. Okay? It's not hard. What I've said to you is not hard. The reason most people won't buy your stuff is you overwhelm them. Okay? You think you need to give them more stuff, and hell, they don't want that. I mean, would you rather get there in more steps or less steps? Would you rather it be harder or easier? Would you rather be simple or more complex? You got it? Yes, that's great stuff. Haven't been creating content. We'll start using the structure. Well, you better start creating content. How else? You can't go back to yesterday and make content, so you can only make so much. So every day that you talk yourself out of doing it because you're scared of some reason or you've got some better idea of why you can't, just remember you can't go back and create it. Okay? Some of you need to get double time. You can't create enough content. Okay? How can you do that? Coca-Cola can't put their logo on enough stuff, okay? They don't have a reason to stay. Why would I stay with your membership? Why? Well, what I do is I offer them something new every single month. I dangle a carrot. It works. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Works every freaking time. Okay. You want to get a dog into a room? Just hold out a hamburger or something in front of it and say, come on, come, hut. We're the same way. We're the same way. Okay. We're just a little sharper. Okay. We'll be like, oh, but that's okay. We'll still do it. Expectations aren't set. If you don't tell somebody what to expect, they're going to set their own expectations and they don't know what to do there. So they're going to really set themselves up for protection. I got to get out of here. Something doesn't feel right. No, that's just, you just never been here before. Okay. So I've got an example of my stuff here. Okay. So I've got a pro community. It's the price of a pair of Nikes each month. Notice how I said it's not $149. $149 sounds like a lot of money, even though most people spend more than that each month on energy drinks. But if I say, it's the price of a pair of shoes. So you can go buy a pair of shoes, or you can figure out how to buy a freaking new car every month. Okay. It's up to you. I don't care. I know how to do this stuff, but it's here if you want it. You got me? I mean, we're talking about nothing here. And then I say to people, the membership site isn't about having some crazy course in there and this a magical thing. It's about mastery. And they're so much easier to launch than a course, or they're so easy to market. You're in there with a bunch of people. You don't feel like you're alone. But this is actually the real way to do it anyway. Even back before communities was cool, and Skool and all this shit, we were doing this with Facebook groups. People bought the course. We put them in a Facebook group. We worked with them in there. More people wanted the Facebook group than the course. Makes sense. You're just dripping out content over time. That's why I love the pocket coaching offer. Think about it as like a digital magazine subscription. Literally right now, today, you could literally get off of this right now and be like, I'm doing Michelle's pocket coaching. And people would say, okay, what is it? Well, I'm going to show you how to do this. Every day, I'm going to send you one video a day using Loom inside of my community. It's $29 a month. And then once a week, you can get on and ask me questions about the stuff that I'm sharing with you. Okay. People will join. But you got to get out there and tell them about it. They're not going to find it. Okay. The fish ain't coming to you and putting the pole in your hand. Okay. You got to go out there and cast. If you're not casting, you ain't catching. So casting is like making offers. Every time you talk, you better make an offer, whether they like it or not. If they don't like it, they weren't going to buy from you anyway. If you make an offer and they're still there, well, maybe they like you. Maybe they don't buy right now. There's a bunch of shit in my Amazon, wish list or add to list. I'll buy it eventually. I'll get to it later because I can go buy it whenever I want. You get my drift? Now, if they said, well, you can only buy it, it's gone forever. Next month, you'll never see this ever again if you want it. I'll probably go buy it right now. You get what I mean? When I just bought a brand new, well, it wasn't brand new, but I just bought a BMW. I got an Alpina B6. It's like a $150,000 car. Okay. It's like 500 horsepower, 600, sorry, 600. This thing, right? Completely unnecessary, right? I was waiting for Michelle to pick her Porsche up, and I sound like a cocky, arrogant asshole right now, but it's just true. Okay. Why do you make the money, Well, I'm waiting, and I'm walking around the parking lot, because to buy a car, it takes, you're signing your entire friggin', even if we paid cash for both cars, and they're like, it took forever. I'm walking around the lot, and the guy I see this car, and I'm like, oh shit, I know those things are rare. And he's like, oh yeah. And I was like, well, what's the price on it? And he went and he goes, well, we've got 6 internet leads on it right now, and 3 of them have filled out credit apps. I said, well, I'll buy it cash. He goes, well, if they go through, I mean, buyer is a buyer is a buyer. And I'm like, oh, shit. I went home. I was like, how do I reserve it? He's like, well, you can put $500 down on it. He goes, otherwise, they'll continue on with the deals. And I'm like, shit. So I put 500 on it, and I was like, oh, goddamn. I go home. I'm like, do I really need this car? Do I really need this car? Do I really need this car? He's like, yes, I need this car. So I went and bought it. But the reason I bought it that fast immediately, wasn't even looking for a car, is because I found something that I've always kind of liked. This particular model. It was a rare one, so there's not that many of them. Okay, perfect example here, right? And then it's an arrogant rich person example thing, but it's still relevant. The moment he told me there was all these apps on it, which I could agree. I mean, it's very, very cool. I was like, got the deal done like that. So I tell you that not to be a bragging asshole. I tell you that because it was the power of it's running out. No, he is a great salesman for doing that. And I found out it was actually true because I sold cars too, and I said, was that true about all the credit apps? He goes, no, it really was. He goes, we just got this car in too, like it was a good thing, but he did it in a very, very natural way, like it was a real thing that was happening, so it really worked. Because I thought in the back of my head the whole time, I was like, sure, but it still put that fire under my ass, even though I knew. He did say he used to be a car salesman. Yeah, yeah. So, I had this, I was like, damn, good job, buddy. I thought he was just completely toying me, but he wasn't. He showed me. Um, but that's my point. Most of you aren't selling your stuff because you're not making it. It's not I have to have it right now, it's going away thing. Well, Mike, how do I do that? Well, I can't cover everything here. Okay. But you can just tell them there's only so many seats available. Yeah, but it's digital. There could be mini seats. Yeah, but not, you're saying there's not today. And that's your goddamn right. Just like it was for you to put your shirt on today. What color did you choose? You could have picked a mini color, but you decided. So it's you just getting out of the way of thinking it's got to be this certain way. You can do whatever you want. Okay. You and we're all going to die. Okay. So you better do it now. All right. You don't know. Okay. And I'm not being morbid here. I just want to get you off your ass. Okay. There is also a natural limit in digital. You don't want to spend all of your time working. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, once you create something, once you make it once, you can sell it a million times. It's kind of like a hit single, a song. That's why I like this business. Right. So the big thing you got to really understand is, what do you want to be known for? If you'll notice back in the beginning, I opened up with what I wanted to be known for, and then I told you why, and I told you what happened. Until you let people know why you're doing something, they're kind of weird about it. They're like, what is going on here? Okay. But when you have a real reason what you want to be known for, and you have and everybody does, whether you like it or not, you already do. Okay. So free alternatives to Skool, Discord, maybe. Yeah, just get them in some place where you can warm them up. Okay. If you don't want to use Skool, that's fine. You can use whatever you want. All right. But the process still has to happen. You have to buy them a drink. You have to take them on some dates. You have to let them know that you're real. And then maybe we can talk about a kiss, a hug, and babies and all that shit. Okay. It ain't going to happen. You don't get the apple and then here comes the branch and the trunk and the roots. Okay. There's one way to go about this. All right. So until you get that understood, you're going to be kind of sad. Okay. And one before two. If you can't do it with one thing, what makes you think you can do it with two? I've got two offers. Well, have you made one of them successful? Well, but well, I'm trying to post on all these. Can you post on one every day? Why are you trying to do two? Okay. You understand? You have time. Michelle launched her business less than 2 years ago. She's made almost $2 million. Now it ain't her first rodeo with sales and marketing and things like that. Okay. So she started from a different place. That's very unusual. Okay. When I came in and made my 800,000 the first year, I had already been a car salesman for 5 years. I'd sold an agency. I was a marketer. Like, it wasn't like I was just like, oh, da dim da do da dee. Okay. But, use some common sense. Okay. That's not normal, but it doesn't mean it's not possible. I've got plenty of people that it's their first damn time doing this and they've made more. I can't even believe it. I'm so proud of it. It blows my mind. But that's what happens when you have somebody helping you. For God's sakes, if you don't know how to tie your shoe and there's somebody sitting beside you that does, you'll probably get it figured out faster than you would if you had to figure it out on your own. Do we not understand? Do we not understand? Who is in this call did 2 million in sales? Nice. No, Michelle is my girlfriend. My girlfriend, she's downstairs doing a live thingy right now. Okay. She's my better half, right? Yeah. Okay. She just had started a business. She was very, very consistent and did all the right things. Okay. But I want you to imagine this. If you had 10 people giving you $1 a day, that's 304 a month. How many people right now, if you had a digital 304 a month coming in extra, that's half a car payment or a car payment or a insurance or something, that helps, right? That's just 10 people at $1 a day. You have to be Don't you think that you know at least $1's worth of information for somebody each day? How many people would agree that this little free Zoom that we're on is worth at least $1? Okay. So we're not talking about anything, crazy here. Okay. So you can do this. I know there's not, I wouldn't even want to ask you some rhetorical question. Do you think you're worth $1 a day? I already did ask you, but I know you know it. Well, shit, you're getting paid. How much do you get paid an hour? You know? So imagine if you what if it took you 5 years and you got 10,000 people that gave you $1 a day? That's 300 grand a month. Holy shit. You know how nice of a freaking t-shirt you can buy with that much coming in, right? So I don't want you to realize, I don't want you to think anything else. The mantra to freedom in this business is we're going to build something once that helps many, many people. We're going to keep making it better and better and better, just like Tiger Woods. Golf. He just he got good at it once and he kept getting better and better. He just stayed at one thing. Okay? You'll earn continuously if you do this. Create a community where your skills solve problems and then you turn your expertise into a stream of passive income. And it just keeps other opportunities show up. Like I make a lot of money on Skool because people use Skool. I suggest you use Skool. I need help figuring out what my one thing is. Okay, well, we can do this. All right. How many other people need help with that? What's my one thing? Okay. What's my one thing? Got it? Okay. Let's do this. So to figure out your one thing, and then I'm going to open up for questions. I know we're going a little long if you guys are okay with it. There's this thing called Ikigai in Japan. All right. And it's like figuring out your purpose is kind of what it means. Right. And so, no, this is not a lady bending over in the garden. Okay. Here we go. So this is our special spot right here. Okay. Sorry. Okay. This is the little happy place that we're trying to get to. All right. Now you can decide that you've got to go through all these things to figure this out, or you can just realize that you can just take my word for it and you can just start doing this shit. All right. You don't need permission from the state of wherever you live. You don't need a degree or some certified paper. Okay. You don't need any of this shit. What you need is a pair of balls or ovaries, whatever you guys call it, or whatever you want to think about it. And you need to just get busy focusing on being important and helpful to people. Okay. And not worry about, I know people, if you're black, they might call you the N word. If you're white, they might call you a cracker. They might call you fat. They might call you stupid. But what they won't be able to call you is broke. Okay. And the other thing is, I don't care about what anybody has to say about me. The only person I care about is the people that I'm trying to help. And if you can just get your brain to go there and just focus on that, there's a bunch of pain in the asses out there. Who cares? Okay. My God, if you have the audacity to go on and find a complete stranger and say something bad to them, I mean, what's wrong with you? So don't worry about that stuff. Okay. I find it like most of the time amusing. I'm like, my goodness. So this is what we're trying to find. This first one here is, what do you like? Just what do you like? Make a list of all the things. What do you like? Make a list of all the things that you what do you like? What are you into? When you got all your chores done and you're out of work and you're just sitting around twiddling your thumbs, what are you thinking about? Like, what is something that you enjoy doing? It doesn't matter what it is, because we already found out that if you get 1,000 people to pay you $1 a day, your whole life starts to change. Okay. So, and that's all we're focused on. Okay. Because if you can do that, then you can do all the other stuff, because it's the same thing. You're just changing the amount of you involved or the amount that you're asking them. Okay. So like when you start selling more expensive things, the only thing that changes is not what you're talking about. It's not a new course. You're just adding more of you to the process. Right? You're just adding more of you. They just get more of you. They can do it themselves. That's you on a video with them. That's $29 a month every day. Mike, every day a video? Yeah, okay, yeah. 5-10 minute video is not a big deal. You're going to waste that time worrying about something anyway. Okay, you can just turn the video on, do a little preparation before, okay, like learning how to talk, Obviously, I didn't prepare for it. But if you just do a little prep work and then you talk to them, you can help them. Okay. So now here's the next thing. Make a list of all the things that you love to do. Okay. It doesn't matter what it is. Just write it down. I wrote down, I love music and wine and walking and hiking and fishing and hats and shoes and watch it, whatever it was. It doesn't matter. Okay. Make a list of it. Next thing is, what does the world need help with in relation to these things up here? You don't just go out looking for problems. My God, you don't have enough time. Okay. If you live 10 lives. What are all the problems? So out of these things up here that you made a list of, I tried to get like 100 things written down. Okay. I got real silly. Oh, I like when cats, do funny things. Like I wrote everything down. Okay. I didn't get in my head about it. I just started writing shit. Okay. Then I went in and I circled the top three. If I had to pick three things off this list to make money with, what were the top three things? Yeah, do it today. Do it right now. The next thing I did is I said, okay, I'm going to put a star by if I could only choose one of these top three things that I found, if I could only pick one of them right now that I was going to be able to talk about every day, help people with every day, get down into the dirty details of everything every day, the good, the bad, the ugly, the this, the that, what would it be? And I picked one. And I said on one of my things on there was making money on the internet. I like that. I like the idea of it, the concept of it, to be able to be anywhere at any time and be able to make money without having to ship things to places and all this shit. I just always dreamed of making money from a laptop, right? The laptop lifestyle, right? I just always wanted to do that. And I like money. Money seems to solve a lot of my problems, right? And I just do. I like it. I don't care if you don't like it. I do. So I decided, I said, that's what I'm going to do. I want to do that. Then the next thing I had to do is I had to take that idea and I had to go out there and say, is this something people need help with? Is there somebody out in the world that also wants to learn this? They're trying to figure this shit out. Is there that? Okay. And I did. I found people that wanted to make money on the internet too. Okay. The next thing I had to do is I had to go out there and I had to say, what can I get paid for? Why would people pay me? And I said, well, I could get paid to teach them stuff because I didn't want to ship anything. I didn't want to have a shippable. I didn't want to do drop shipping either. Okay. I didn't want to have to worry about putting a sticker on something or fitting it in a box because I had a business like that. And although we made money, it just sucked because when I'd go do things like we're doing now, traveling and doing shit, I always had to worry about, is this getting done and return? You get it. Okay. So I was like, well, I can't do this. All right. This isn't going to work. I got to have something yeah, too much logistics. So I said, well, I like to talk. Okay. That was the one thing I got in trouble for in school all the time. I was always the class clown. I could get people's attention. I was always the talker, as you can tell. This could probably be like half as long of a presentation. But I was like, I like to talk and communicate. That was like my special power. I didn't have, you know, the sexy hair to, wave around and all that shit. I had to find a different power, right? So that was it. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to teach people stuff. I loved learning. I loved researching. I loved figuring things out and making it so, and then I'd go tell people about it. I was like, this is perfect. Okay. I'm going to coach people. Okay. So that's what I could get paid for. I decided that. All right, good. Do people buy coaching? You bet they do. Do people need information to know how to do things? Well, sure. You can't do something if you don't know how to do it. And I thought, well, is this going to be something that no matter what's going on, if the industries in the world change? See, when the martial arts thing exploded on me because of COVID, I was like, shit. I literally went from about 150,000 a month in income to nothing. Okay. And it didn't just go drop, but it was like 150. Then we went down to like 100. And I was like watching massive drops. And I'm like, oh shit. Because I had gotten in I did the famous, buy a bunch of shit that you don't need that's the lifestyle thing. Okay. So I did that and I was like, then the pressure was on. I was like, holy shit. Because I had an identity too. Okay. I wasn't teaching martial arts. I was teaching martial artists how to get students using funnels and ads and Facebook ads and things like that. Okay. And we helped a lot of people and they did really, really well. Okay. And there's still some doing very, very well. There's some still in the make once they shifted over. The moment that happened, normally in normal life, I would have been scared to death. But because I had this skill set and I knew that I could adjust, I just went through a little dip, right? My income went down to the, 30s and 50s and 60,000 a month, God for, oh, terrible, right? Just awful. Had to live with that, But I shifted quick, right? And I was able to get into a place where I could say, okay, well, look, um, I'm going to just not be stupid and go into things that, like, if something happens, I get taken out. So that's when I learned, instead of doing niche marketing, I started marketing the niches. Because even while I was doing the martial arts thing, people would come to me that were attorneys or tennis people teaching tennis, or had law firms and all these things, chiropractors, and they're like, even though it's for martial arts, can I just say where you're saying martial arts and just put like my thing there? And I was like, yeah, of course. So I started getting these people. I'm like, man, I'm leaving a lot of food on, or a lot of shit on the table here. So I adjusted and I found a place where I could take all of these things and I could show up and be happy. And this is so important. I can't tell you, and I'm not making anything up, and I don't care if you don't have to buy a damn thing from me today or ever. Every damn day I wake up, I just am so fucking happy that I get to do what I get to do. Like, I'm not, I don't care if you don't even care. I'm just telling you, it is a real thing. Like, I can't wait to get started. My problem is I have to set limits to stop working. I don't call it work, but I have to set limits to stop, because I could do this nonstop. And then when people actually do make money following my program, and they get in there and other members are helping other members, like, it literally makes me cry. Like, literally, like, I get teared up, and I'm a tough guy, watch out. But, like, it's crazy. I even have a tattoo. That's how tough I am. But it's insane, right? Like, it just blows my mind. Like, and it makes me want to go out there and scream at people when I see them just like miserable as hell. Like, I'll walk through a store or something, and they're just like, and I'm like, God, you're a smart, good looking person that could just, oh my God. But it's not for everybody. I get that. But when you find that you can go out there and just, you got to ask yourself, will this be here in 10 years from now? Do people want to learn how to lose weight 10 years from now? Sure. Do people want to know how to be in relationships and get their mindset right in 10 years from now? Yeah, you bet they do. Do people want to know how to make money 10 years from now? You sure they do. Do people want to know how to go fishing 10 years from now? You bet they do. Please show us what we get. Please show us what we get access to in the paid community. Okay. So I just want, this is how you find your thing. Okay. This is how you find your thing. And you know what? You might pick something that isn't right when you do it the first time, but I still want you to pick the thing that's right now, because you can always shift gears. Do you understand me? It's once you understand this skill, I'm so tempted to do this. And every time I say it, I get closer to doing it, which is, I want to start like a Skool community that's just about like fishing or something. Not making money. I want to go from brand new and just show people how fast this can actually happen. Now, this isn't get rich quick, okay? I'm just telling you, if you can get rich faster than slower, that's better, right? It's just math. If I go out there every day and I start doing fishing tips in the red, green, and blue down here about fishing, and I offer a fishing program, and I start marketing to people that don't know how to do fishing, okay? Once you pick your one thing, should you start with making the end product first, or start with making content first, begin with the end in mind? Both. Okay. You don't have to, you're not going to build it first, then sell it. Okay. You're going to sell it, then build it. Think about an architect. Okay. Would an architect be smart if they went out there and built this huge $1 million building and then tried to sell it and see if people wanted it? No, be pretty stupid. Would you go spend millions of dollars on an application and then hope to God somebody buys it? That'd be pretty stupid. What you do is you lay out a blueprint. That's why they're called blueprints. Have you ever heard of those? Architect shit, okay? And then you sell the blueprints, and you get half the money down, and then you build it with them. And that's how you do this. That's why I love the pocket coaching. I think it's the best thing in the world. Okay. When I started my pocket coaching, I'd never had a pocket coach. Nobody knows who the hell I am. You guys barely know who I am. Nobody knows who I am. I am a nobody. Nobody knows me. Okay. I've been doing this for 15 years and I've made millions of dollars and nobody knows me. Okay. So be excited because the industry is growing faster now than it's ever been. I've never been able to make money easier than it's ever been. But the tools are easier. People are more used to it now. It makes sense. You know, there's still that guy that was like, I ain't getting rid of my horse. And they're like, dude, you're going to be late. Like, we're all driving today, you know. If you just focus on this, you can make this happen, but you just have to decide. Alex Hormozy said that today, maybe your business evolves into another business. It does. You don't know. You never know, but you can't edit nothing. Okay. You can't edit nothing. Everybody, well, I want to make it good. Well, it never starts good. You know, you're not just good. Okay. So inside of the Skool here, this is like how to make money with Skool, like the pocket coaching. Okay. All that stuff. Let me show you here what you get. Let's go right inside. Okay. I don't think Keith ever got there. Let's see if we had any more people join the free community. No? Okay. So inside of the paid community, here's what you get. Okay. You get a community where people can ask questions. They can share, you know, like Marie here. She's like, hey guys, this is the paid group. She's asking, should I start it at this, or this? You know, how do what's the best model for this? She tagged me in it. Okay. I came down here and I gave her a good solid answer to it. Ooh, lightning. You're going to hear thunder here in a minute. So you get a community. Okay. And in this community, you can go in and see the wins in here. Okay. Thanks, Mike. 10,000 TikTok followers, 195 free in my community, blah, blah, blah. I got 4 new monthly recurring members at $49 a month. She did that in her first 10 days. It's freaking crazy. Some people go fast than that. Mike Hicks is just constantly, this guy's just constantly making money. But you know, you can come in here and see my first paid member at 47 a month. She did 1 live, her first live. She got her first 47 a month. I'm going to tell all of you right now, and I'll say this with all of my heart and love for you and hope everything goes great in your life. You're about 50 to like what I just did here with you today, this workshop. And I went way longer because I'm just feeling good today. Okay. And you know, I just wanted to do it that way. I can do that. But normally these are about an hour, half hour, teach some stuff, half hour, ask questions. Okay. But I don't have much to do today besides this. So, but if you do one of these a week for 52 weeks and you make an offer like I'm about to do for you, you will never worry about money again. Okay. Now that's completely a lie. You can't make money doing this. Nobody's going to make money doing this. This is all entertainment. That's my disclaimer. But I'm serious. And you've seen how professional and polished this one was, right? Okay. So you get a community, you get a classroom. Inside the classroom, there's a start here section. I've got the Skool fast track. So we get your Skool set up so we can start doing a pocket coaching right away. Let's get your Skool ready to make money. I use Skool just because it is the simplest thing. It has everything that we need. It has an application. So you instantly have an app for your business. It's extremely easy to use. I love it. Okay. And I've used all the other stuff and they work, but there's just a lot of steps, a lot of tech, a lot of complicated, it's just more shit to worry about it. Maybe it converts 1% better, or maybe it doesn't. But I just want simplicity. And I mean, after you start making 6 figures a month, it's like you got a lot left over. Okay. And I'm 38 and I'm going to do this till the day I die. And hopefully that's a long time from now. So, my ultimate goal is to get 10,000 people at 149 a month. Okay. That's 1.5 million a month. Okay. So and God, I don't even know what I'm going to do with that. I'll just give it to all my people that are hanging out with me. But it's just fun. Okay. You get the pocket coaching launch pad. Okay. These modules are going to be coming out of here. I'm rebuilding. I'll show you guys. Actually, let me take a picture of this. Now don't make fun of me. No, actually, I've got something nice for you to see. I'll show you on my other thing. You get the wealth workshop. You get the member marketplace. I'll tell you what these things are. So the member marketplace, you get to put, when you become a member of Make Once Pro, you get to put your, I've got a great offer for you here. I'm starting to kind of move into the pitch here. So if you guys, you can either learn from it and hang out, or if you don't want to hear it, you can leave. Okay. But I'm going to ask you to buy something. Practice what I preach. You don't have to buy it. Okay. But when you become a member here, you can put your offer in this member marketplace. And then I also am going to take this and I'm putting a member marketplace, the same thing over into my free community. And then that's going to live in this classroom here. And then I'm going to run ads to it every month, every day, every month. And I'm going to help you sell your offer, because my goal here is, as you pay me, you can either do the pro annual membership. And if you guys join the pro annual membership here today, which if you're using Klarna, you can even make payments on this. But if you do, I think, if you do the $9.99 per year, which is about $3 a day, roughly, or maybe less, I think it's less. I'll give you 5 personal one-on-one Zoom coaching sessions with me. And in one session, I help somebody make 10 grand a month after just one session from zero. So, and that's just one person. Okay. I give you 5, I record them. And as soon as you get started, you're going to email me and say, Mike, I got started on the 999 thing. And then I'll say, congratulations. Awesome. I will let you into the community. And then you have a whole year membership with Make Once Pro. And I will send you my calendar link where you can schedule your one-on-one Zoom with me. And I will help you get everything set up. And it's the fastest way. Okay. But that's only, I'm only offering that this month. And you have to start at the 999. Okay. Now, if you don't want to start that way, okay, then your other option, which is completely viable, and you still get time and hang out with me, it's still good, is you can go here and let me have to open it in this. You can pay $149 a month. You can cancel the next month if you don't like it. But you can pay $149 a month and you get everything. You get access to me. I'm going to start doing a daily coaching call. I already send you a daily pocket coaching video. So every day I send you a new video to hold you accountable, keep you straight. Okay. You know, there's a lot of bullshit out there trying to distract you. Do you prefer this model over the high ticket model, and why? Yes, absolutely I do. I used to do high ticket. Okay. And I still have a high ticket where if somebody wants to work with me one-on-one, period, it's $9,800 one time. And they get my phone number, or they get access to me forever. Okay. And the reason I offer it forever is because they don't need it forever, but it sounds really good when you say that. And you do get to keep it. You can text me, call me. We can, you know, you just get there really, really fast. Okay. Because you're like hanging out with me and I help you with every step. You get Zoom calls, all that stuff. But anyway, this is the main way I do it. And the reason why I like this so much is this is monthly recurring revenue. Okay. So every month, you know, I have 396 members right now, and I charge $149 a month. People, it's like an apartment complex. They don't all leave at once, right? And if you're doing business like you should have new people joining if people leave, right? So yeah, I love it. It's recurring revenue, and it's more fun, and it encourages you to keep making your product better and better and better. So yeah, so you can come here, $149 a month. You can join. You get, you know, you can see this stuff down here. You get weekly workshops. You get the resource library. I wasn't done showing you the other stuff. I just wanted to show you how you can get started. But that's the offer I have for you. If you start at the yearly, I'll give you 5 Q&A calls. We do in the classroom here, I'll show you all the new stuff I'm adding. Every month we do a wealth workshop. So every month at the first week of the month, the first Wednesday of every month, I get out there and show you a new concept in this business, or I train on something that I see as a very big problem out there, and I go deep on it, and I record those, and then those go inside of here. You get to put your offer once you build it. You get to put your offer inside of the member marketplace. I run ads to it, help you sell your offers. So as long as you're a member, I'm going to run ads for free to you. So I'm putting the money back into the business. The second Wednesday of every month, we do a live insider access. So now I'm going to show you behind the scenes how I'm using the thing that I taught you in week 1, or how somebody's using it. and I'm going to help you implement this thing. Okay. Real coaching stuff. Okay. And then the member reboot here, the third Wednesday of every month, I take a member of the community. Okay. So we're going to be doing that this Wednesday here. I'm going to grab somebody and I'm going to help them personally install whatever it is that we've been talking about in the orange and the blue. Okay. And then every week, if you go to the calendar here, which I'm adding actually today, I've got on my little notepad, I'm adding more. But every week, you get 2 calls a week with me. Okay. I had to change this one to tomorrow. But here's the member reboot thing that I was just talking about. Okay. So you can get registered for that. But every week, twice a week, you get to spend about 4 hours with me. You can talk to me one-on-one. You can ask questions. You can share your screen. I'll help you with every single tiny detail to help you make money with this. Okay. I know how to do this, and I've helped hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of people really, truly make crazy money. Okay. Then we've got incredible members inside of here. But then also in the classroom, I do the daily pocket coaching. So you can come in here. And every day I will send out a video. Like yesterday, I put the key steps to it. So this one was basically how to lay out your content, kind of like what we were talking about. So I'm always teaching you and showing you something every day. So how to create your training slides. Okay. Then I've also got in here, and this is constantly getting more and more stuff. I have this emerging leaders thing here. So if you're doing really good, I will interview you, put you on my YouTube channel and run ads to that video, and you get to make an offer in that video to sell your stuff. So if you're an emerging leader, if you're somebody that's growing and trying and getting there, I want to honor you, and I want to help you make money. So I will help you market your thing. Okay, I'll send you out to my list. I'll tell my free community about you. I'll tell the paid community about you. I'll make a big deal out of you, and we'll run some ads to it. And then you've got the resource library. You've got links and all that. I'm transferring it over from there, from this build lab. I've got, if you want to do the old build an email list and old funnel style stuff, I've got build lab here. Okay, it goes in and breaks down every piece of the process. Okay, how to build the business model, the vision model, the mindset. Okay, the perfect customer blueprint, your niche map, how to find your perfect customer, how to get your messaging. How to build your perfect product, brain dump, refine the roadmap, finalize it. And all of these, by the way, come with, there's the full-on training, and then you also I've got all the details. I give you everything that you need down below. Like here's all the stuff we talked about, the homework, the everything. Okay. And then inside of here, like if you type in like VSL, okay, like video sales letter, you can search anything. I transcribe everything and put it in here. When I put a training in or a video, I try to put the transcription with everything. And I like here, build lab, pillar 4, VSL funnel. It'll take you, well, I'm switching that out, but let's go back in here to VSL. You can find people that talked about it in the community, 138 places. In the classroom, 34 different places. Okay. You can get the answer quickly, right? You can see down here, you can keep looking over. So you can find answers really quickly, okay? Live Pro replays. I talked about the VSL in here, so you can come in here and learn about it, okay? All the replays that we do go in here. And if you go into the community and you click on Live Pro recordings, every single call that I've done, I'll just look at that. So there's 160 pages that look like this. There's over 300 training calls in here. Okay, where I was literally on with people. You can watch and learn where we're in here and we're talking about all kinds of things. So I just tell people that, listen to these while you're mowing the yard or working out, and you're just going to get there faster and faster and faster. And then you'll have this moment where it just clicks and you'll go, oh, okay. And then I'm adding some stuff to the leaderboard here. I've just kind of rebuilt this whole thing. This is like version 2, kind of how they come out with a new car each year. So I'm always enhancing this because I'm learning from the people in here. So for the price of a pair of Nikes, you can join. But if you want to get 5 one-on-one calls, you want it to happen even faster, then between now and the end of the month, so you've got few days here. You can join at the pro level, the pro annual level, and I will give you 5 calls with me. They're private, one-on-one Zooms that I record, and I'll help you set up every piece and part of this, okay? And I'm pretty good at it. So anywho, that is that. So it wasn't that bad, I hope. I will get to, let's see. I do want to open up for questions. End of the month or in the next 2 days? Well, I have one going for the next 2 days too. That's funny. I forgot about that one. Yeah. Well, I'll give you guys a little different offer. I'll let you have till the end of the month so that you can wait around a little longer if you want to hold off. But yeah, I did do the one in the next 2 days. That was on the other call. I'm always making an offer. You need to always have some kind of limit to it. Okay. Always. Just say it. Do it. Always. If you're making offers and you don't have limits on the time, the bonuses, the prices, at least get one of them in there. If you can get all 3, it'll go faster. Okay. But these are very little simple things that you can just change. All right. That's it. Right? Attract, convert, deliver. You got to warm people up. Quit thinking about thinking. Quit worrying about worrying and just do it. If it breaks and it don't work, you're not going to die. You just try again. Okay? If somebody makes fun of you on your video, be a big boy and girl and say, fuck you, and keep going, right? Like, who gives a shit? You don't say anything. Don't do that. But just don't say anything, but you say that in your head, and quit worrying about it. Just, believe in yourself and just help people. Okay. Or it was just, I don't know that. JYSK, is that a special? Oh, urgency. I don't know what that, I'm not into the acronyms yet. I haven't graduated to that. Chairs on IKEA. I just commented how there are office chairs in IKEA that are always on sale and the sale is always ending in the next 2 weeks. Yeah. When you're in the car business every day, it's a new sale. It's so crazy. And they're crazy about it, those waving, blowing things, it's so crazy. But you have to do it. It's just because humans procrastinate, right? They're always looking for a way out, Where did you learn how to create the graphics for each of your modules? Tech is a weakness area. So, Michelle, I honestly have watched a lot of YouTube videos on how to do that shit, and it's painful and it's terrible. But if you just do Canva is a very simple place, or you could even go to Fiverr and people will create it for you for $5. Or you can keep it really simple. I like using Miro. So this thing that I've been using, let me show you. Let me show you something here. Okay, sometimes people see this and they go, oh, damn. So let me show you this Miro thing here. Okay, so I use this, what I've been scribbling on with you guys here. So this Miro thing, oh, and here's that list of stuff I have coming. I just made this yesterday. Okay. I've got all this stuff that I'm getting ready to put in there, like Chat GPT stuff, Loom, all this stuff. I'm so excited to I know it looks like a bunch of shit, but I'm actually really excited to create all this. I'm giving you guys templates, CapCut. So what I'm showing you here though, Michelle, is right here, I'm creating a whole content. You're going to be really good at it, even if you're not good at it now, trainings. But let me show you how this stuff works. Okay, this is really cool. So if I wanted to create let's say, one of those, you see inside of the Skool, where is it at here? Well, you see these graphics and shit like this, right? So, you could take these and you can, create let's go over here. Show you is it here? Maybe it's here. So you can make these little tabs and places and stuff like that. So this stuff here, where you're making inside of your Skool, this stuff, you're like, well, how the hell do I do that? It looks all fancy and shit. All you got to do is go back over here to my weekly workshop. There is these little frames, okay? And you just click on one like this, and you have it right there, okay? So I'm just using my hand, my mouse on my little hand. and then I can click here. I just like black for some reason. I don't know. I think mainly because it just matches everything and I don't have to think about getting dressed in a weird way or whatever. But with black, I then go, okay, well, what am I going to be talking about? You know, let's say that I'm going to do a training over how to talk on a microphone. So what I do is I go to this website here. It's called Pexels. And it gives you free stock photos and royalty. It's Pexels. Here, I'll show you what it looks like. This is the website you can go to. I've been using these guys that's the website, okay? So you go to Pexels, and then what I do is I make sure it says photos. They have videos too that you can use, but I go to photos and I would type in microphone, okay, because that's what we were going to do. And then I can come in here and I can pick let me get this out of the way. I can pick I can filter it by colors, by sizes, by orientation. So in this case, what I wanted to do is I want a vertical looking photo to stick on the side, okay? So I'm going to go to vertical. And then, oh, this is cool looking, right? So some microphones here. This is an ad over here, I think. Well, you'll see ads in here. Oh yeah, see sponsored by iStock. So don't click on those ones. But I would find somebody talking on a microphone here. Let's see. Can we get zoomed out? Oh, I guess that's how big it is. All right, so I would come in here and I'd be looking for something that kind of makes sense. Oh, here's a gal talking on. Oh, this one's even better. The computer's there too. I click on it. Maybe. Hold on. Well, screw you too. Being stupid. Imagine that. So I'm going to write. Well, you son of a bit. Let me refresh this. Okay, let me zoom out. I love when you're trying to make something look easy. But this is the shit you deal with, right? So normally, whoa, my God, we've got all kinds of things happening here. So normally, okay, hopefully it'll work with me here.
There is a
there we
download
go.
button. Yeah.
I clicked on it, and then I can right click, copy, and then I can come over here and paste it. Now it's huge, but I just grab these balls right here, and I'm going to put it over to the edge. Okay, I'm just using my mouse. I'll put it over and make sure it fits in there, just like that. Then I can click on this T for text, click on here and say how to use your microphone to make courses. I can grab this and I can move it around, whatever. I can zoom in here a little bit so you can see. Let's see, click on it. Ugh. Okay, so I'll make it kind of look like that. I can make it centered, and then I can drag it like this, and there we go. So there's that. And then I can bold it. I can change the font or whatever. I just use simple stuff because nobody cares. Okay. Now, if they start to care, then I'll change it. But you could just go like this, like so, and that's it. And then what I do with this, do you have a Mac or PC? PC? Okay. You got a PC? Okay. I can read words from your mouth. That's amazing. So how to use your microphone to make courses. So if it's a PC, I don't know what the buttons are, but on a Mac, there are buttons. We could look them up. I think it's Control something, but I just hold down Command Shift 4, and it turns, see it turn it into like a little crosshair looking thing. I just draw a box around this, and it'll screenshot it. And then I click on it, and then I've got the screenshot of that picture, or you can even click on this, click on these dots, and you can export this as an image. So if I export as an image, I want it to be just small because even the small one is big. And I just export it, and I'll save it to downloads. We'll call this example picture. Okay, save. And then if I go to my Skool, okay, let me get this over here. If I go in here, let's say I wanted to create a new classroom, I could come down here and I could put new classroom. So this is how easy it is to create a course in here. Name the course. This course is how to use a microphone. I could type a description. how to do it. And then I could say only some members have access. I could say members that get to a certain level get access, or anybody that's in my course has access. And then I click upload. I go to downloads where we saved it. Click on that. Click on this. And just like that, you have a cover in there. So, and you can use this for all kinds of things. See that? Now I can add it. Everybody in the community is like, what the hell course is this? So, and see, just like that, we've got a course there, right? And then if I click on that, I can come in here and I can add my first module. I can say this is module 1, save, and then I can click on this, click the pencil, and I can say setting up your microphone. All right. And then I can add a video here. I can add pictures down here. We'll just add this picture. See that? And then, so this picture's in there. I can delete it. I can type stuff down here. Up here is where you would put like a Loom video. You can add resource links. Maybe I'm linking to a microphone they can buy. I can add a resource file. Maybe it's like a standard way, you know, a step 1, 2, 3 or whatever. I'd probably just type it in here, like this part, because you can do, you know, all the standard whatever's up here. And then you can also add a transcript. And then if you add the transcript of the video that you would have here, it makes it searchable inside of the community. And then when I'm done with all that, I just click save. And then there's module 1. And then I can just do add another set. Or no, that was a module. I don't want that. So delete. Let's say there's just module 1, 1 video. Then we'll come up here, add another set. We'll call this module 2. It adds the module. And then I come in here and I can add a little module under here. And then this one can be make your first recording. Okay. And then I can, you know, so on and so forth. And you just, that's your, look, just like that, you've got your course and you can save it. And then people, when they come into here, they could go in and set up their first thing. And they'll be like, oh, I completed that. And it shows that they completed it. That's for them. But I mean, I can do it too. But then you've got that. Look, so just like that, we created, look how fast we did that. You've got microphone course. Okay. Isn't that cool? So I'm going to delete this course because I don't want to scare everybody. But that's what you do. All right. And I mean, just like that, look how fast we did that, you know? And I mean, that's pretty cool. That's what that's what I love about this, because my God, you see how fast we did that? Yeah, Canva's a really good one, but you just learn how to do Miro. So what you do is when you're doing the Miro, or, you know, if I wanted to, how I learned how to do Miro is I went to the YouTubes.coms. Okay. You don't have to know how to spell to do this. And then I just go how to use Miro if you're an idiot. Okay. That's what I would put. Okay. How to shape my Miro. Okay. No, I probably wouldn't put idiot. I'd probably put moron. No, if you're new. Okay. If you're new or beginners. Yep, here we go. In 3 minutes, you'll know how to do it. And so I would just listen to several of these and try it. And then, you know, I just start making pictures of things. I prefer actually these, just piece of paper. But yeah, that's how you do that. But, you know, I help you with that stuff as you go through it. Okay. Joined this weekend and binged, worth it already. Awesome. Do you prefer this model over the high ticket? Yeah. Okay. End of the month. Got that. Where did you learn how to create? We did that. Urgency, scarcity. Okay. Love Canva. Okay. So you guys, whatever questions you have, go for it. I'll sit here and hang out for a little while. We can answer some questions. I'm not going to talk. So if you don't talk, we'll call it a day.
I have
Any
a question.
questions? What's that?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great. Yeah, I was following you on TikTok. I think sometime beginning or last year, something like that. And I eventually joined your school. Just saw that you have a school. So I'm glad
Awesome.
to be here.
Yes.
Um, so here's something that I'm looking to do. So in my home country, I have two offers which do work. One is course for students, and one is form of alternative therapy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so those do work, and I'm thinking. So I just finished kind of creating the modules and filming my course for students. So I just need to kind of edit it a little bit so I can start selling the course instead of having to do it one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
For so I'm kind of torn between, just scaling that or doing something in the English speaking market just because it's a bigger market and I want to play there. And so whenever I'm thinking about, finding my one thing, as we just so I could kind of start experimenting there and going there full time, or stick to what works but isn't as big of an opportunity. So I'm kind of torn between those two, just because there is uncertainty in the new thing. That's why I asked you the question on how to find my one thing, because I'm looking for that one thing in the English speaking market. So
Well,
let me
what are
see what.
you?
Yeah, what's the exact question? Would be like,
Well, no,
how.
no, no.
Yep,
That's
you
not.
understand. Okay.
What I'm wondering is, what is your goal? Like, what is your? It's really important that you have a North Star. So here, and I know this sounds silly, but like if you go like this, the reason why you want to be able to set a goal, it's not so you can tell your friends about it or, feel warm and fuzzy inside or any of that stuff. Okay. Although it does do that too sometimes, and that's important. But when you have your North Star, you can make decisions. See, if you don't have a goal, you can't make decisions. Like right now, you're unable to make a decision and you need help making a decision because you've got to figure this out first. Because once you have this, and it needs to be a money thing, because I help you make money and you're trying to do this to make money, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we need money we can measure. Feelings are very hard to measure. Okay. So what is your monthly money goal
So my
for
biggest
now?
month was around 4K, and I honestly want to make at least five to about, but ideally closer to 10. So let's say
Okay.
seven,
Let's just put
eight.
10K. Okay.
Okay.
I think 10K is good. So this is our goal to get to 10K a month. Okay. That's what we wanted. That's the North Star. We can measure that. So you've got
Yep.
option A. Now you can make a decision. It's like, do I watch Netflix or do I create content for my marketing? Which one gets me to 10K faster? We Now I can decide.
Mm-hmm.
Well, certainly not Netflix, right? So that's why this is so important. Now you have a decision to make. With what you're doing now, so this is the thing that you said you're doing now. What do you charge for that?
The course is 250 euros, which is like $300.
Okay, we'll just put 250.
Yeah.
Okay, and is that one time?
Yeah.
Okay. So now here's the thing that I'm really a proponent or trying to push people to do. Um, if you don't have a monthly recurring income, then you don't have a business. You just have something that
Mm-hmm.
you can promote. But if it's not being promoted, then you don't keep getting paid. So we want to get monthly recurring revenue going in. So this is a 250 one time. Okay. That's a one. So this is 250 one time. What would you do over in and you're teaching people what over here?
So that course is productivity for students, studying techniques, organization,
Okay.
mindset, everything around students.
So we'll just do productivity. All right. And
Yeah.
sounds like you've done good with it.
Yeah, that one works. I've
Okay.
sold it a bunch of times, so I know it works.
So I'm sure students over in the US are the same. So why wouldn't you just do that over
Mm,
here? And then what if you charged, let's say, 97 a month?
mm.
Or you could even charge, you could start out in the first way, you could just start out at 49 a month. Now, I don't know if you know who Andrew Tate is, but
Yeah.
Andrew Tate charges 49 a month and he's always getting ready to increase the price. He's been doing that for about 3
Yeah.
years. He's almost ready to increase the price.
Just
Um,
about to do it.
yeah, he's always about to do it. I know, but it never happens. But 49 a month, and you guys know why that is now, why he's always about to raise it, but 49 a month, a little over $1 a day, and at 1,000 people, that's 50 grand a month.
Yeah.
Which one gets you here faster, you think? And you want recurring revenue, I would assume. You don't want it
Yeah.
to stop. Yeah. So this one is not MRR.
Mm.
This one is. Do you think students would be more likely to pay $250 or 49 bucks?
Yeah, in the US for $9 per
Yeah.
month, definitely.
Well, anywhere.
Yeah.
See how
Yeah.
easy it is to make a decision? Now you can sit there and try to come up with all these other things, or you can just get to work. You
Yep.
can just come up with, you can take what you're doing over here, put it over here. Here's what makes the online membership thing work. Okay. This is something that I found is pretty necessary. Okay. If you want this stuff to like keep working. Okay. I can pull this damn thing. Well, I guess I can't. Okay. So you need to have your success
Mm.
formula. I'll pull it up here. Okay. So you need to have your success formula. It sounds like you've already got that. Well, you son of a bitch. Hold on. This thing. There it goes. Jesus. What is happening here? What the hell? Of course, it's because I'm trying to show you something. Okay, so that is not gonna work right now. So you need to have your success formula. Let me see if I have another example.
Murphy's Law.
Yeah, right. Um, okay, let's see. Where did I have? Hold on here. Oh, there it was. Boom. Okay. So, well, god dang, I thought it was there. Here we go. There it is. Okay. So you need to have a success formula, right? You need to have something. There's a better example of it over here. Sorry if you guys are having motion sickness. So you need to have the community, the classroom, the calendar, and then you want to have something that happens every single month. And I'll just show you inside of my own community. You want to have a wealth workshop. So once a month. So this is like every month something new is coming.
Mhm.
You've got to have a reason for them to stay. So the first Wednesday of every month, they learn a new concept to grow the business or to productivity. Then
Mhm.
the second Wednesday of every month, they get behind the scenes access on how to use that thing. And then the third Wednesday of every month, they you grab one of them that's trying really
Mhm.
hard and you honor them and help them do it. Then you want to have live weekly Q&A calls. So you want to have your calendar set up. I prefer that you have two. That way they don't have to wait more than 3 days to get access to you again because people buy getting it done, not courses and info. They want to have actual like help me do it. So I would have two calls that you record every week. I added a third one. So this, you can see there's that Wednesday, Wednesday, Wednesday. Okay. And then, and I'm adding a daily, like, have coffee with me every day because it's no big deal. It's like, who cares? Like, it's not that big a deal at all. And you're being super valuable to people. So you want to have something that recurs each month like that. Okay. And then you want to have your success formula, which is basically like step by step, click by click. Here's how to do the thing. It's your like P90X. It's the formula, the thing,
Mhm.
your main steps. You want to have that. So, um, so there's that. And then where were we? Let's go back to where we were working. Um, that thing just completely gave up on us. Well, anyway, so then what you want to have is you want to, and I see Rian, I see your thing, your message. So 49 bucks a month, you can always raise it up to 100. I mean, look at this here. Okay. Now these are literally, some of these people are kids, you know? The if you go to the Skool games, can you see my screen? If you go
Yep.
to the games, you go to leaderboards, you go to all time. Look at this. In the last 24 hours, this guy here charges 129 bucks for his school. Let's look. Okay. $129. He's got 1.9 thousand members. Okay. He's a young guy. He teaches guys how to get girls and get in shape and make money. Okay. So he hit all the right things, I guess. But he everything that a young man would want. Um, he put 10,000 in monthly recurring revenue in the last 24 hours. And he's not running ads. He just has a YouTube channel and he's been building it for a long time. So don't, he's been building up an audience. But this is live. Okay. 183,000 a month in recurring revenue. Okay. The guy just got started. Like he's a young guy. This is all, look at these numbers in here. And these people, look at this one. She added 1,100 in monthly recurring revenue at six, and she's making 66,000 a month. This is updated every 24 hours. Look how much hers is. You see what I'm saying? These people just got into this. Like this is all new stuff. Okay. So what I'm trying to get at is you can raise the price as you go.
Mm.
Okay. So you can, it's real hard to go high and then take it down low. You want to go low and you can work your way up. A lot of the way they do this stuff in here, if you look at like this one here, I think what he says is, yeah, see, look, he goes, the June price will be 59 a month. Damn, fly. The July price will be 69 a month. Okay. But if you get in now, you can lock in 49 a month. You see what I mean? So you can do something very similar. You can just see what they're doing, right? He's got 2,000 members at 49 a month, right? Guy's doing 80 grand a month. He's teaching people how to get their credit better. So, goddamn fly, get the hell out of here. It never fails. Damn computer ain't working. I got a fly in my face. So I'm telling you, this is like, just get to busy on the thing that you already know works. It's going to work here too. You've already proved it, right? At this
Okay.
other place. So just start you a Skool or however you're doing it. I mean, just you want to set it so that you're getting monthly recurring revenue. Like you want to, it may build slower. There's ways to build it faster. Obviously, you can run ads, you can get double time on things, you can work hard, you can create a lot of content, you can be very, very consistent, you can go live, you can do all those things. But just launch it. Hey guys, 49 bucks a month. If you join right now, give them a bonus if they join right now. Maybe you'll do a special 3 grouping coaching calls with them or something. And then, go telling people about it every single day and start marketing it, educating people about it and showing them how to join and what happens when they get in there, and they will.
Yep.
I
Got
mean,
it.
you know what to do. If you've already made money doing the other, you know what to do. You just need to change it to a monthly recurring revenue model where you're getting 49 bucks a month. Your first goal should be like your first 100, that's 5 grand. 200, you're at 10 grand. Now we've met your goal and it's recurring. And then you're going to go and keep going and going and going and get to 1,000. At 1,000, your life unlocks, right? Like at 1,000 members paying you at least $1 a day, your life unlocks. I found that 30 grand a month is where things kind of start shifting gears in the digital world. Like when you're making 30 grand a month digitally, it's like insane, you know? And then from there on, it just gets weird, right? 100 grand is another like big moment where it's like, damn, I got a lot of this cheddar left over each month. Unless you get a Gucci diet and an private airplane diet, which, you know, But then your confidence changes too, and shit starts compounding as well. Then you start making weird money, you know? And
Yeah.
it's fun. But you just got to start doing, you just got to quit. There's nothing to think about. You already proved a model out. Just start doing it here. It doesn't matter if a billion other people are doing it because there's 5 billion people on the internet and they ain't even
Yeah.
all on there yet. Right. So if you get in now and focus, let's, let's just, be very, very, whatever the word is, um, low ball here. What if after a year you had 1,000 people paying you $49 a month? I mean, my God, how much money do you need? You know, that's just the beginning of it. You sound like a young guy. My Lord, you're probably shit in 10 years. You're probably still, how old are you?
26.
For God's sakes. I wish somebody would have grabbed me, but this shit didn't exist. It wasn't like this. But and I was doing this stuff. And it wasn't like this, I'll tell you that. People were like, they were scared to even get close to a computer with their wallet. You know what I mean? Now it's like, shit, I got 50 subscriptions. Like, dude, in 10 years, you're 36, you're still, I mean, I'm 38, man. I feel like I just crawled out of the egg, you know? I mean, my back hurts some days, but like, it's crazy. So you're going to be, if you just focus on this and get better and better, opportunities are going to come along and you're going
Yeah.
to kick some serious butt. And
Yep.
like, go, 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 go.
Yeah. Thank you. I'll totally do that. Yeah.
Yes.
Never crossed my mind that I can just do the same offer and, just translate it to English.
Yes.
I was thinking I have to create something new, but yeah, why not? Totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Just do the same thing because people have the same problem.
Yeah. And you proved it. Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Yeah. Amazing. Thank
Go,
you, man.
brother. Cool. Good luck. What's up, Michelle?
Yeah, I just want to pick your brain for a minute.
Uh-huh.
I'm in this space where I actually, like, quote, don't have a business. I just have something to promote right
Yeah.
now. And so I was doing okay
Mm.
before this particular company did a new launch. And now I have no control over all of the problems with that launch. And it has severely affected my business,
Mm-hmm.
severely.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure that I'm in the capacity zone right now to know, like, to create something of my own, to walk away from that. I don't think I have those skills yet, but I'm thinking, should I like make a separate offer, like offer to pay for the website fee, or like, what are your thoughts? I'm just curious because I'm
Well,
trying to, I already have a Skool community, by the way, and
yeah.
it is actually $10 to
Mm-hmm.
enter that community because there's three of us that have created it and none
Mm-hmm.
of us are like six-figure earners yet. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why we have the $10 to be able to put supports in place.
Okay.
But we have like 60 members right now.
Okay. Well, let's just let's look at two things here, okay? I'm pretty sure I know what you're doing. Okay. Um, so and where you're at and what's going on, I get all that. So let's just park that whole thing right here for right now. What would you, if you knew you could just do whatever you wanted and talk about whatever you wanted and teach whatever you wanted, or create a digital product around whatever you wanted, what would you do?
I had to make that list like you were talking about today. I mean, I only know that I did a survey, and my two gifts that I found out through this survey was the gift of encouragement and the gift of teaching. I come
Okay.
from a teaching background. I left my teaching profession for this.
Okay.
So those are the only two things I know, but how I translate that into something like I love, like, when I do my lives and when I do my trainings inside my community,
Mm-hmm.
they just love that I make them feel like they can do something more than what they're doing,
Okay.
that kind of thing, but in the same way, when I used to work with students,
Yes.
I used to help them reach their IEP goals.
Mm-hmm.
And I was always able to do that for them because they believed that they could, type of
Okay.
thing. So
Yeah.
I
I
don't know
mean,
how to translate that, but it's just been real struggle for me to after this has happened. I'm just like, every day there's something new that I have to email the company about. And I'm just like, what about this? What about that? I'm just like, and it affects your mindset as well.
sure, sure it does. Um, well, do you want to even start something new of your own?
I'm not opposed to it. It's just
Let
knowing
me
what
ask
that
you
would
this.
be and
What's
how
the
we do.
goal? Like money wise per month? Like what's the goal?
Oh, and right now, 10,000 a month would be great for me right now. I mean, I hit months where it was more than that,
Okay.
and now it's crickets.
Okay. Um, well, you know, you could do a school that's like 99 bucks a month. You need 100 people. That's 9,900.
Right.
What would we sell them? What would we offer them? Right. Um, maybe they would pay 100 bucks or 99 bucks a month, 100 bucks, whatever, for motivation, but it'd be probably a tougher sale. If you
Right.
don't have any like, serious showing them stuff like you've done it before. I think that you'd have to ask yourself, what else I mean, what could you actually help somebody do? No, I mean, I
Right.
know you got to make that list and think about it, but like, is there something that gets you excited about this whole process? Is it maybe doing the content, or is there something about like, think about the problem that you're facing right now.
Mhm.
Are there other people facing that problem?
Absolutely.
Okay. Do you feel confident that if you focused on solving that problem that you could, and then you could help other people get through that?
I mean, I love to teach people. Once if I could figure this out on my own, that's the thing. It's like I can't solve their problem because tech really is my weakest area. It drives me insane,
Okay.
you know. But
So,
yeah, I
and this
love
is
to
a
teach.
tech is a problem for everybody, but maybe you don't even want to teach that or talk about that. But you think about, like, when I said, what do you want to be known for? Why? What happened? And I see your hand, Kyle. I'll talk to you here in a sec. Um, you think about this though. So if we look at what's actually happening, like, what would you like to be known for? If you could think about talking about it every day, and if it is encouraging people, that's, great. It can be that. Um, but is there something that you're just like you're good at? Like, I mean, when you think about, like, think about this. Forget about business stuff and all that. Like, what else are you? If I went and talked to your 10 friends, your 10 closest people to you, and I said, what is she good at? I mean, or what is she going to end up talking about if we invited her to a cocktail party? What do we know she's going to end up talking about at the end of the night, by at some point, or a majority of the time? Or what is something that you would say she's good at? We'd hire her for.
What I used to do since teaching special education students,
Okay.
but I just walked away from it because it was like 70 hours a week.
Yeah. Well, but did you like it?
Oh, I loved it. I love my students. Yeah.
Now, what if so when you did the special education thing, you were working primarily with the special education kids.
Mhm.
Okay. They're probably not going to buy a membership and come to the school and get pocket coaching.
No.
Yeah. So what about the people in that space? Is there a problem in that? Because I have people that are in that space, actually, that I have a gal that she helps the parents get something done at the school with their special education kids. Like, there's some kind of thing that they have to get qualified into,
Oh,
or whatever
yeah.
that is, and she helps people do that, and she's doing well with that. Sometimes you have to look at things from a different perspective. What do people need help with that you could easily, like, tap into? Like with the
Right.
martial artists, I was like, guys, I took martial arts, at one time, and that was enough to connect with them. They were like, okay,
Mhm.
you're one of us, kind of, right? And then I started
Right.
talking about my other skill, which was I knew how to do online marketing stuff. And so those two things came together, and voila, we had a problem, a market, a connection, and boom. So maybe you have a place where something where there's a problem in that special education market, where you can come in and say, hey, parents, listen, because it's easy to go live, be like, hey, if you have a kid with special needs and you're struggling with this thing, and they would easily like be like, oh yeah, then, I've got a community you can join and I can walk you through the process, yada, yada, yada. There's that idea. Okay. If you're thinking of like ideas that, you can come in on those types of deal. If you really want to, well, with the thing that you're doing now, with the MRR and stuff like that, okay, is there a part of that you're really good at that isn't the tech side of it that you could also help people with?
Content and lives and
Okay.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
you could also have a
tech is the
school.
only part that I don't get.
Okay.
Everything else is fine.
Okay, so you think about it like this. Hey, for 29 bucks a month, I like it because it's for less than $1 a day. You can join my school and I will help you with going live, the content, and getting your MRR thing going, right? You could do that. Or if you've already got a community like that, you could just focus primarily on that and get people into the $10 community like you guys are sharing, right? And so you could start going live and just start talking about that aspect. And then like me on here, when I was just explaining things, educating people about what I'm doing. And somebody's like,
Right.
well, how much, how do we get started with yours? What's in your community? It just naturally kind of comes about it, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So you could do that too. You could start your own community, or you could use the community you've already started, but it sounds like you're splitting it with people.
Yeah, there's 3 of us that monitor and run it because to be honest with you, I didn't want to be the only one. So there was 2 other people that we just kind of monitor it and manage it.
Yeah. So you could either get that going, because that sounds like it could be beneficial to you in selling other things, that you'd want to sell in there. Or you can take that other avenue if you're not wanting, if that doesn't get you super excited each and every day like crazy, then you can always think, well, what other things could I do that could help people? Because it doesn't take a lot. If it's a real problem that exists out there, like right now, back pain, it's always going to be a problem, right? If I started tomorrow, I set up a pocket coaching school on techniques for back pain and yada, yada, yada. I literally could start talking tomorrow on a lot. I could set up a new TikTok with zero everything and a YouTube and put a school together. I could make a free course and a paid course, and I could just literally start talking about it, and people would eventually join it if they seen that I kept showing up and they could trust that I would be there.
Okay.
So, but if it's not a real problem that exists out there that people are searching to solve, then it's going to be just a nightmare. It probably won't work. But if you go into something where there's an absolute need, and that there's a small group of people that all have the same problem, all you have to do is start communicating and educating them about how your widget, which is your coaching or school or whatever, your thingy, works. And it's just keep doing that. And then it starts to work, then it starts to build, then it starts to compound. And when you hit compound, or momentum, some people call it, then you just keep the ball rolling. You keep pushing the ball. But it's to get that car from a stop to go, all this. But once it gets going, then you can just put one hand on it, walk behind it, it'll keep going, right?
Right.
So but people never get to that point because they keep letting off pressure, and then they have to start from the bottom again. You need to find, what can I get the most excited about? If you really think about it, and I know it's tough if you've been in a job and you've been just doing the same pattern all the time, to think about, you've kind of shut off any other things because you're just, this is what I do, this is what I focus on. Even though I don't like it, I don't have enough mental oomph to think about anything else, and I got to do this. And so it's hard when you come from a place doing that to like trying to think like, well, what would I do? So sometimes you have to kind of sit with yourself and think like, what would I really like to do? Me personally, I like to search for problems, because I'll pick an area. Like if I was going to go into fishing, I would start immediately. My first step would be, I would go to ChatGPT 4 and I'd say, in the fishing industry, in today's market, as of today, if I wanted to create an online coaching program about fishing, what would the course be about that people would actually want to buy based off the actual problems happening right now? That's like what I would say. Any form of that, you can ask it, right? But I always say, based on the current market today, right? What would I cover in my course? What could I talk about that people would actually care about? Like it's an actual problem. And that's where I would start. But
Now,
you need to start in a place where I can talk about this every day.
right. Well, one of the problems that kind of happened to me naturally through the course of what I've been doing is I get a lot of people asking me to do their social media audits. And I'm just like, is that a possible, like I could, like that could be maybe a sub community within my community where if you want to do $29 a month, I'll teach you about content and then I will actually give you feedback whenever you want inside that community for social media audits, because I get asked that a lot.
One of
A
the
lot.
greatest things people can do to find what people want is start a free community, let people, make it around a topic, which you kind of did. If you just start talking in there and asking people what they want, they will tell you. And it sounds like you found that this social media audit thing came up. So now it's like people are literally telling you what they want. They're literally asking you for help.
Yeah.
If you get more than one person that's asking for this, you could say, hey guys, let me ask you something. If I were to charge, let's say, I don't know, not even $1 a day. Let's say, I don't know, 80 cents, 90 cents a day or something. And I started a community where I would do live social media audits every week, three times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I would go live for a couple hours and you could get on and you could, as a first come, first serve, you could submit your social media thing and I would audit it live there for you each week. And then I would have a social media audit masterclass inside of the classroom. And then in the community, you could be posting what you're having trouble with on these different social media accounts. And I would actually go in there and other members could go in there and help. Would that be worth the cost of 3 Happy Meals a month? So you could do that. And then if people are like, yeah, it's like, go do it then. And then you'll see, well, Mike, it peaked out at 3 or 4 grand a month. Okay, guys, what else are you having a problem with? Because when you solve one problem, another one shows up right away. If you're really fat and you get skinny, the next problem is now you got to go buy new clothes. And then it's like, and then when you get new clothes, now it's like, now what? Well, now, so there's always, you solve one problem, another problem appears. I would say if you like doing the social media audits and that gives you energy, that's how you can usually tell, then just try it, do it.
Okay.
Give it a try and just ask. The best thing you can do is ask. You can even if you don't have a community, what I did is I went into other communities and I went in at this time, it was the martial arts thing. I was trying to figure out if I could actually sell to these guys. I went on Facebook groups and I joined these Facebook groups. They'd ask, have you ever done are you a martial artist, all stuff? And I could actually say, yeah, and so I went in there and I would ask them, I'm like, guys, if I put together a program and it showed you guys how to actually get students, would that be something up your alley? Oh yeah, I got a lot. I was seeing actual signal from the marketplace. Yes. That's how I knew, okay, I'll try it. And I just went into it just blindly, ignorance on fire, needed to make money, tired of this other thing. And I did it. And, I made a lot of money. And then it crashed on me. And yeah, it sucked, but I had a skill that I could go into something else. So I didn't care if it was going to work or not. I didn't see myself doing the martial arts thing forever. I just knew it could be an opportunity to get me to the next step. So I took the low-hanging fruit. I seen there was a value there and I was like, let's do it. Okay. And that's what I did. And it got me here. So if you like that stuff and you have people asking you that, it's pretty evident right there. It's definitely a thing. I mean, social media audits are a real thing, because most people have no clue how to set up their banner and, the whole thing.
Right. Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Do it. Just take action and do it.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right, Kyle, what's up, brother? Good question.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, man.
Hey, Mike, nice to meet you. Nice to meet everybody on here. And
Yeah.
thanks so much for the value, man. This is awesome. I've got a whole notebook full of value. So I'll just kind of give you a little bit of a backstory real quick. And my wife and I, we've been running gyms for the last 10 plus years, franchise wise, right? Orange Theory F45. And we've worked with over 30 of them. And I just found Skool, a couple months ago, and man, I've been in the wrong vehicle, right? Franchise, it's really like a level 2, level 3 opportunity. And something like this, the Skool, is a level 10 opportunity. So, and let me rewind. Are you and your wife, do you guys do 2 different schools, or do you guys do one school together? Like
2 different schools. I've been doing this for a long time. She's been at it for like a couple years.
Yeah.
She's always been watching me do it, but she was always in a
Right.
different opportunity. And I just, it finally came to be that she was going to like get out of that. She got tired of it finally. And then she started this thing, and then it just clicked for her and she took off. So she's got her own product, her own school, her own whole thing that she's doing, and she's crushing it with it. And so, yeah, I've been doing this for a long, long time. So it was like, I already had mine established, but she didn't want to necessarily do what I'm doing, which is like teach people how to make their own product, until she like got into it. Now she does. Like she sees the opportunity there. But
yeah.
no, we're not. She has her own thing. I got my own thing.
And that's where we're at right now. Like this is getting outside of our paradigm, because our paradigm has been in brick and mortar. And I'm like, babe, like there is so much opportunity for us, not only to serve thousands and thousands of more people, but also from a financial standpoint. And
The profits are really
whenever I
high.
look at, oh, it's stupid. But whenever I look at, like, I'm ready to create 5 schools right now. I'm like, let's go. But like getting clear with like, okay, are we going to build a school on how to open, pre-sell, operate, build teams on franchise gyms? Or am I building a school on mindset? Am I building a school on nutrition? Am I building a school on fitness? Because those are the 4 main things that light me up, that light my wife up. So I'm like, and I get that, right? Just start one. We can always change,
Well, you got to
as we
start
move on.
one,
But
because
just hearing,
yeah, if you can't get one to work, why do 2, right? So you take the lowest hanging fruit, most valuable thing that you can offer, and you start there, right? So think about, if I were to go into, so like for instance, with the martial arts thing, I could have helped a lot of different people besides just martial artists. But one thing that drew me to them was the fact that they charge a monthly payment for martial arts. It's like $150 a month or something. That's the average. So I knew that if I got in there and asked them, well, how long does the average person stay with you? About 12, 15 months. Okay. So what would you say one student is worth to you, long-term value? Well, about 15, 1800 bucks. Okay. So if you paid me 6 grand and I got you at least 7 students in a year that would stay for the average time that you just said, that'd be a smart investment, right? Totally. Yeah. Oh yeah. So I was like, well, we'll probably get you like, that many per week is the goal, right? Around 10 new students a week. So I could easily justify this high ticket, because I was charging like 9,800 at that time. I could easily justify it because it was easy to justify those numbers. If you think about the things that you can do now and the things that you can connect with people on, you've got a handful of things that you can do. I know you did good in the car business, all that stuff. What is the easiest quick win justification thing that you could do right now? Like if you had to pick from all your weapons that you have, and you had to go fight a war, and you could only choose the one weapon that you knew would off point a lot of value, what would that be?
Well, and this goes back to, what you were talking about earlier, because I'm like, what I truly am passionate about more so than anything really is mindset, but that's hard to sell, right? I got to sell what people want, give them what they need.
You can
My
integrate
my
mindset into it, and then that can be, you could always do a, no matter what, you could always spur a pocket coaching off of it, because that could be a, you know, you could have a pocket coaching mindset that's like an ancillary thing to whatever you're doing, because mindset is necessary in all things. So that you could still do that passion inside of whatever you're going to decide to do, because it sounds like you're going to be along the lines of here's how to make money some way, shape, or form, maybe, or get in shape, one of the two. But like,
Yeah, that would be the two sides then, I guess. It would be building successful gyms because man, it's bad out there. And then on the other side would be, just more fitness, nutrition focus. So I
it
think the low
sounds like you
hanging
could
fruit would be
boil
what,
it all together.
yeah,
You could have
really good.
mindset inside of how to start and scale a gym, and then you could even have
Yeah.
a side inside of there where it's like you could, because here's what's going to change with Skool here soon. And it's really why I slowed down on a lot of like the creation process. I was hoping they'd pop it by now, but I could keep building, but I'm gonna have to go back and just rebuild. But they're gonna make it so you can sell each classroom individually. So think about this. You could have like a, you know, the F1 gym model, or F3 gym
Yeah.
model, where you're like nutrition, mindset, how to launch a gym, and then like the get in shape thing, right? So
Yeah.
you could have this like 3-prong school, and each classroom inside of there you could sell individually, which you can still do now. But again, the moment you go into 3 different things or whatever, you're going to instantly kind of weaken all of them. If you go into the one core thing of all that, which if I had to choose between all of those 3 things, it would be like, here's how to launch and scale a successful gym, or make your gym healthy. Like it's not financially healthy. Here's how to do that. Because the justification of the value is so quick. You could, I would
ROI.
start with like, I would probably, thinking about it, really, I'd start with just like 97 a month, and let them know that every time we hit 100 members, it's going to go up $50 a month. You can lock in 97 a month now. I mean, 1,000 people's 97 G's a month. And there's, God only knows like how many gyms, right? So you would go out there, hey, if you're a gym owner and you're not doing X, Y, and Z, pay attention, because I'm going to share something here with you that you might not know. That's a piece of content. Now, I've got another piece of content here that is how to do X, Y, and Z, and you're just kind of showing them what to do, right? And then you're like, now, you're probably thinking, okay, well, there's a lot of people out there that can show me how to launch a gym, scale a gym, build a gym. Why should I go to you? I get it. I'm sure you're saying that. Let me show you what I've done here. Okay, I've got a Skool community where I get all these gym owners together, and you're showing that. It's only $97 a month, right? Most of your guys' pre-workout costs more than that. Okay, so why don't you just come in here? You can cancel next month if you don't like it, but if you join right now, if you join the annual, which is $9.99 or whatever, then I'll also give you 3 consulting calls, right? And I'll get you off right away and get you going. Okay, so you could do that, and then you're starting to build this community. I mean, and then it takes off from there. You can bring in all these, different streams of income, because maybe you've got a software that they use that you can affiliate, like some kind of gym, the software they use to make money with, or take money, or whatever it is, and you can become an affiliate of those. I mean, we make a lot of money just with people using Skool that sign up through our link, right? Like that's a big deal. You get $39 a month. You could even teach these other gym owners how to use Skool to maybe create a more VIP type scenario with their gyms. And then you have 1,000 people now are also using Skool through your thing. That's another 39 grand a month coming in. And they're like building a business on it so that it's real sticky, right? Like they ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
So now you've got another stream of income coming in. Now you're over the 100K a month mark recurring. And now you can invest in whatever else you want to invest in too, with all the extras. So, or just keep multiple streams coming in. You can teach somebody else how to run your school. I mean, there's so many things that you can do there. Look at what I'm doing right now for free.
Yeah.
This is my free community. I do 1 of these a week, but look what it's done. Like the people that are here, there's a whole different connection built with them now. You know, connection is currency, right? So if I do this every week, you know, for the rest of my life, that's a lot of connections, you know, and you think, if you just think long term with it and you just build this thing out, like, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's like this trickle effect that just compounds so quick. And I think the best thing that it sounds like you could offer that has a quick money makes sense thing in it is, you know, because you could share with a gym owner that's, maybe there's some kid that was buff in high school and he wants to make money being buff the rest of his life and teach other people, like he's got a passion for it. And he started his gym and he's got 10 people coming and he's got some equipment, like he's, you know, the bootstrapper. You could probably work with him for 1 hour and 10x his business the next month.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And yeah, you said it right there. Shake more hands, more relationships. And then number two, like, yeah, I think I'm starting to put it together now, because I mean, our goal is to reach as many gyms as possible from the owner first, and then bring something like this, the school, to the team, so that they can build a better gym by building a better training system, by building better people, which equal better business. So yeah, I'm starting to put it together, man. My mind's going in like 100 different directions, but
What if
yeah, that
gyms
makes
around the
100%
world
sense.
What if gyms around the world had their own school for their gym, like a school community, and they kept their people tighter that way? They were more connected with them. More people made more friends at the gym, which kept them there. Each month they could offer a new workout plan that would be for their gym inside of there, and they're making money off of that. Some people that would come to that would want to start their own school, and they'd have another stream of income coming in, and they could take that other stream of income coming in and start running ads to their gym. You know, there's like so many, you can see how that like just turns into one thing after another. You can, and it's like, and you're showing them the how to grow your gym through community model online thing. Like it's this new vehicle. It's the same old thing as it's always been. Talk to more people, make more offers, you know. But it's like we're using different machines and different levers. So it is kind of a new opportunity. And if you could be this guy that's out there showing gyms how to build their gym through community online, they'd be like, huh, what is that? They hear you talk. You've got a model of success formula. They're like joining your thing. Oh, fuck, the guy's only charging 97 bucks a month. Let's see what it is. I don't know. If I don't like it, I'll cancel next month. But then inside of there, when they get in, you have an onboarding program for them, and you let them know, hey, here's the topics we're covering for the rest of the year. Every month, we're going to be covering this, this, and this in the coming months. They're going to be like, oh, I like this dude. It's 97 bucks. Who gives a shit? I'll be here. It's one thing. If I pick up one thing, am I going to make my money back? Absolutely. One member. What if all you got was just one new member that stayed for 6 to 8 months? Would that be worth the 97 a month? That's how you can.
Yeah. It's legit. I think this is what every business in the world needs, is a school, is a training platform for all of this stuff that we're talking
about. To connect people.
It's such in demand. Yeah, it's everything.
They find their friends in there.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, they find their friends inside. They learn more about what they're doing. There could be a classroom in here. Hey, here's the diets. Here's the workouts. Here's the machines. Here's how to use this stuff. Here's how to show up, mindset, all that stuff. And that's just for a gym, right? And you're showing them how to set up their school for their gym and how to operate it. Guys, you need 1 hour a day. You can go in there and plug in, and here's what can happen. Dude, I mean, I'm looking at this model right now in my head. I'm going, damn. So like you literally can take that. You can run ads to a school. They let you put a pixel in there and you can retarget people that come in. You can do all this stuff, and it's only going to get better. They have an app now, right? Like the gym didn't have an app, or maybe they did, whatever, but now they've got an app for their people. They're actually staying at the gym, paying their gym membership more, because now they've met more people at the gym that normally they wouldn't have talked to by a machine over there. But now, since they're in this like digital place, they can talk. And now next time they see them at the machine, they're like, hey, how's it going? They make friends there. And now you've got this thing where you show them how they can make money through community to pay for advertising to get more members. Then the members stay longer. Then they can also like help other members that want to like help other members by starting their own school. It's like you got a ton of things that you can do there. And I don't hear anybody talking about this.
Dude, yeah. Well, it allows for experience, value, right, and retention, which is everything you need.
At a
So
gym, it's
I
in
appreciate it,
any
bro. I
business.
appreciate the ideas. Yeah,
And shit,
100%,
I
man.
mean, look, there's a guy that
Yeah,
does,
that's
he
killer, man.
teaches, yeah, there's a guy that teaches insurance companies. He's the number 2 in
Yeah.
all of Skool. He's doing over 100 grand a month, and he charges 999, you know, $1,000 a month, and he helps other insurance people that sell insurance. He teaches them how to sell insurance, and he's making like he's showing them how to like use Skool and stuff to sell more insurance. The gym thing is way more like you go to any gym owner and be like, hey, yeah, it's, you know, it's $299 a month, you know. You get 1,000 people, that's 300, it's 3 million a year in digital recurring income that you can run from anywhere. Like, and then it can go into, you know, I mean, I guess if you combine gyms with like, you know, Pilates and like all that other stuff, but like you could easily tie this together with tons of like, and I know those gym softwares that they use, you could easily become an affiliate of that, you know, and then you're making recurring off of that. I mean, I have like multiple streams of income coming in because they're using this product and this product and this product and this software and this thing. I see. I mean, I get referrals off of like Miro. Like Miro pays like all my bills is some little app that I suggest, you know, and they use it. Not alone. The other stuff's just, it's crazy. And it's so consumable and easy, and they forget about it. And you know, if you work with people that have been on the planet for a little while, like $49 a month, they don't even know if it's missing out of their account, but they're still getting so much value, but they're not looking. You know, it's like easy to provide value too. If you're somebody that focuses, learns every day, you're not like a moron, like you're trying to get better every day, and then you share that with other people. You see, I know you
So
see
much
it
opportunity.
for sure.
Oh, yeah, I see. I'm seeing it big time.
I would launch there. I mean, if you dig that and you get energy from that and you know that, which it sounds obviously like you do, I mean, I would launch right away. I wouldn't mess around.
Yeah, I agree.
And then when we get on
I
our
agree.
calls here later, we'll get into the details of how dirty it can get. But yeah, dude,
Yeah,
I mean, I like it a lot.
and then I appreciate it. Last thing, how do I want to get my wife involved? So that 999, how do I get to that? Is that in the Skool
Oh, you talk, which part are you talking about?
for you for the coaching for the year for the
Oh,
Zoom
yeah, you
calls that you offered earlier?
just go to if you go to makeonce.com, just www.makeonce.com, and just hit the green button, and then it'll take you to the
Cool.
about page, and then like well, it's right here. So if you come in here and you go to, and I'll do it. You and your wife can both come in on the same membership, so you don't have to pay that shit
Cool.
twice or anything like that. If you go to the about page, it'll be right here,
Okay.
this red block right here. You know, it works out to
Gotcha.
be like $3 a day. So that's it right there.
Perfect, man.
Yeah. And
Well,
then
thank you again.
yeah. No, I'm excited, man. I think that gym model, just talking to you about it, I was getting excited because I can see it's such an easy validation too, you know? And I mean, God, you could start at 97 and God, I mean, I had martial arts business owners, man, that were paying me freaking 10 grand up front.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, and we've done quite a bit of consulting for other franchise gyms, you know, around the world. And I'm like, you know, the biggest thing these people need is a platform to connect people, to bring value, and not only just for the business owners, but for their team. Now there's a whole nother school we can do for the community on form, on everything else. But like, this is that missing piece, and this goes for every business. It's like the biggest thing business owners or anyone is missing is the consistent training, not only for the owners but for the team, so that they can actually get good and provide value. So
The thing that I'm going to be launching inside of the Make Ones Pro is like how to do these like weekly giveaways, like and it's got a gamification system built into it on the leaderboard, and like how to create significance. You know, you motivate somebody and like put them up on a pedestal inside of the community, and everybody's like, oh, you know, it's like there's so many like real behavioral human like elements that are not, there's nothing wrong with it. It is what it is. This is the way life works, right? Like, so you do that. It's like you're tricking them into being successful, you know? But what's so cool about it is there's so many little arms that can come off of that thing to create residuals. And then you start teaching the whole system in and of itself to like big corps, and you can charge whatever you want for that, dude. I mean, dude, you can easily, I mean, this guy's getting insurance. People that do insurance, like work for State Farm, you know, as an employee, are paying $1,000. They have a big book of business, right? They'll pay this guy $1,000 a month to learn how to do insurance better, get more people on their book, you know, and 1,000 people at $1,000, that's $1 million a month, dude, and it's digital. And you can there's so much left over at that rate that you can take and reinvest in like giveaways, like, hey guys, whoever hits 100,000 this month with their gym because of this, we're going to give away a gear package of all new Smith machines, or what, you know, like you can do crazy stuff that just separates you from everything.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Dude, you gotta, that's a, you know, and I think of Hermosi, he's like in the gym space, you know, he like came from this whole world, you know, I guarantee you he's got a nice thing all freaking thought out through the whole thing too. But dude, you can easily come in and like help people, man. Like that's,
yeah, absolutely.
That's a good one. I'm excited. Sounds good.
Yeah, heck yeah. Cool,
All
man.
right,
Hey, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good day.
Yeah, you too, man. Keep me in the loop.
Will do. Talk soon.
Yep. All right. Does anybody else have any questions before we get out of here? It's open. The floor is open. You can have it.
Thank you from me. Super helpful.
Yes. Stefan, I see that. Okay, right on, brother.
Are you still streaming on TikTok?
Yeah, everything. I mean, my main channels that I hang out on are YouTube and TikTok.
Yeah, I'm thinking about just using those two because I love video. I love being on video.
Yeah.
Apparently not today, but my camera is charging. But yeah.
No, I mean, I love YouTube the most, you know, it just does it all. You can post on it, you know, just in the community post thing. You can do short form, long form, and it's like, you know, it pays really good as far as when you get monetized. And but I have no prejudice against any of them. I can fill my bucket with just two of them, you know. I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
But there for a while, I was posting on all of them. They're all the, you know, it's all cool. The most important thing is like, where can you be the most consistent and show up and get it done, you know? Like, I don't think people really truly understand what it's like having 1,000 people just giving them $1 a day. You know, it's pretty gnarly. So, and if you can do that, you can obviously get thousands, and you can increase to $2 a day or something, you know? So yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's going on?
All right, awesome. So like he was saying, in the gym space is the same in the power washing space. So I owned a pressure washing company with my ex for over 20 years, going to conventions and seeing what everybody did. And what my kind of thing is, I want to make sure that they get paid. They don't pay themselves, they pay all their bills. So I want to teach them, you know, how to pay themselves, how to run the company, how to train, because that's all the things that I did. So what my business model was to come up with 4 quarterly sessions. The first session of like, let's just kind of build the foundation to your company, then how to hire, you know, maintain, and then the last quarter is to grow for the following year. So how can I take that and then put that into this pot? Because I had like, you would pay like, you know, $2,500 for 3 months and like quarterly, because I like to work in quarters. I don't know, I'm kind of weird in that way because, you look at your quarterly statements and all of that. So I work that way. So how can I take that into the pocket? Because I get it. I see it. I just don't know how I could implement it.
Sure you could. I mean, if you can be on here talking to me right now, then you can do this, So, because it doesn't take much more ability than that, just can you talk on a digital machine, basically. What I would do is first ask myself, if I had a group of power washing companies, if I was standing in a hotel ballroom and they all showed up in a bunch of chairs, what would be my formula to get them from point A to point B?
Mhm.
Do I have a 5 or 10 step formula? Which I'm sure you do. Okay.
Yeah.
I would lay that out, right? That would be my formula. And then as soon as you have that formula, that's what you're going to teach from. So what I always did was this, like I taught my people, and still do, is to create, I'll hold this up here. You want to create your success formula. All right. And you're going to get somebody from here to here, and they're going to go through this. And once you have this, you're pretty much ready to get rocking. So people are going to come to you for the steps to get to where they're going, and they're going to need somebody to help them implement this, right? So I always lay out, how am I going to get somebody from here to here? Each one of these things here might have 3 modules to them. So this is a set, and then you've got 3 modules. And if they get through all of these 3, then they can go on to 4, and then it's the same kind of experience again. And then
So
they get all the way through. But on top of that, then you do 2 by weekly Zooms. I'll show this to you here. You can take a picture of it. This is also recorded, so it'll be in the members area. You also want to have your, I call it new, behind the scenes, and then do with me. Okay. So you're going to have, here, let me put the last thing. So you're going to have a, we'll call it 5 to 10 step success formula. This is all you need. And you just need the blueprint of it, because when you start, you're just going to give them 1 new video a day. It's not like they're going through some kind of course or anything like that. So here's what it is. You lay out your success formula, okay? And then, yeah, go ahead and take a picture of that. Did you get it? Okay. So I would do 2 weekly Zooms. I like Monday and Thursday. It just works out so that, and I do them at 2 different times for time zone differences and just stuff like that. And the more you hang out with them, the more you're going to make, and the more they're going to stay, and the more they're going to learn, the more they're going to get results, okay? So I do 2 weekly Q&A calls on Zoom. I record those, I add them to the member area, or I just put them inside the classroom, kind of like I showed today when I was walking through mine. Then you're going to do the new behind the scenes and the done with you. So new concept every month on the first week, then we go behind the scenes on how to use it the second week, and then the third week it's done with you, grab somebody. Then you've got your 5 to 10 step success formula. Each and every day, you're going to send them 1 video. If you're going to start with the pocket coaching, right? I just start at 29, and you can gradually work it up, okay? You're just going to pull out of this. You're going to pull a topic out. This is why the pocket coaching is the level 1 type thing. And then they're going to go, well, do you have something that's like a little bit more? I love the pocket coaching. This is what they say all the time. I love the pocket coaching. It's good. But do you have like a structured like formula thing? And I'm like, yeah, that's my Make Once Pro. That's $149 a month. It's all structured. You get more of me. We're hanging out. And then you've got people in the 29, you got 1,000 people there, let's say. Okay. So there's 29K. Then you get 1,000 people in the $149 a month. Now you're really cooking. And then from there, you just keep doing more, and you can graduate up through the steps. So you can have somebody go, then, like my next thing, Make Once Elite, that's $299 a month. Okay. They get even more of me. Then it's $999 a month. That's the mastermind capped at like 100 people. Then they get in person with me and I can literally be like, okay, here we go. Let's film it, you know. So that is how you graduate those things up. But you can start right now with the pocket coaching, just like this. You're sharing just one thing every day, a good chunk of it, but then they're going to want it like structured, right? And I tell them in the pocket coaching, I'm like, guys, inside of the community, because they get a community, this is like their place. I'm like, just what would you like the next pocket coaching episode to be about? Well, can you do this? Can you do this? And then I'll be like, okay, well, we've got a lot of things here. Let's, whichever one gets the most likes is the one I'll do tomorrow. And then you're always loaded up with what you can do and who you can do it with. You never run out. I mean, it's.
And I'm like in the space, like in the Facebook and, you know, how do I hire? How do I, you know, charge for a job? But so should I ditch, like, so how should I go about with the coaching? Because I feel like the accountability is where what they really need, like a weekly to like understand their numbers. Are they hitting the numbers? Are they, you know, like, so how do I guess that's where I'm lost of how do I like, you know, transition from that to get them to there.
To get them from.
Like the pocket coaching to the one-on-one weekly Zooms.
So if you want to do one-on-one coaching, so where you're going to be charging more and you're doing like one-on-one stuff.
One-on-one, but up to 4 people per, because I worked for a company before, I had over 30 people and I did like 6 people. And then like while
Like small group coaching?
Yeah, so I did like about 5 a week. And then like, because I had my own company before, and then when I worked for them, and I haven't had a job in like 20 years, and I'm like, I'm only making 60. Like I'm used to making like over 100. Like this is like, I can't stay here.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so what I would do is so I tell some people they start with the pocket coaching because they've never done this before and they're trying to get their bearings straight and trying to figure out how to do it. If you've got experience, what I would say to do is you could jump right into, and I would just start at like 97 a month. Tell people that, you know, as the group grows, I'm going to have to increase the price to keep the quality. Okay. And that's true. So you start at 97 a month. And this is the formula right here. You give them 2 weekly Q&A calls. These are group coaching, just like what we're doing now, only it's only with the members of the community. So only the members of the community get access, just like we do here. Okay. But this is just my free thing. Okay. Then, so you're doing 2 weekly Q&A calls with them. You record those, you add them to the member area. This is if they pay you 97 a month. Then you're going to do each month, you're going to have your first 3 weeks are going to be a new thing. Okay. That's why they would keep coming, and you can predetermine these a year out so they can, it's like dangling that carrot like the next month. Oh shit, oh, it's only 97 bucks. I really want to learn that next thing. I want to be a part of that. You know, it's like, so that's good. And then you've got your success formula, which is what everything gets taught about anyway. Okay. This at 1,000 people is $1 million a year, 97,000 a month, right? So you can decide to keep going hard on this, which is my primary choice. Or if you wanted to move into a higher ticket per person and you wanted to work even more intimately with people, you can set it up so that, see you, Carmen. Thanks for joining. If you want to set it up even more intimate, then you can raise the price, start another school, or Skool's going to be making some adjustments here soon, or some increasing where you could sell individual classrooms. But I like to keep the high ticket people in their own school community, because then the communication inside of the community itself, where they can talk in the feed of the community, it's not, you know, they don't want to see the newbie stuff in there. They want to just high level everything, right? So ideally, like I did here, where I had, well, I'm not even going to try to show you, but where I had multiple schools, where it was like $149 a month, $299 a month, $999 a month. That is how you would level them up, right? And it's just, all you're really doing is you're adding more of you to each level. It's not like you're teaching different stuff. You're just getting more into the roots, you know, you're getting deeper into the details and nuances of what you do for the people that are at different levels. And that's how you do that.
So I can basically just pull from, because I have already like 40 No, I have about 24 weeks already made of 90-minute sessions, so I guess I could just pull from there.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And then just use bits of those, and then if they sign on for the one-on-one, then, okay, got it. Okay, I see it now.
Yeah,
All right.
beautiful. No, that's great. I mean, you're going to hit the ground running. It's as time goes, I will promise you, the people that are just offering information and they're not bringing a live coaching aspect to it, they're just going to slowly move to the back of the room. People just don't, the course for now, things can always change, but for now, people are done buying a bunch of information. They don't do anything with it, you know?
They
If
need
you're the
the,
person that's out there, even if it's twice a week in a group setting, like this makes a big difference just doing this,
yeah,
you know? And a lot of people, there's nothing bad about it. They just kind of need somebody to reassure what their idea is, you know? And that's important. I mean, if somebody else has already been there and they're thinking of going there and they don't know, and the person that's already been there goes, yeah, that's what I would do. That's a big thing that opens up for them. They can just start doing that, you know?
awesome. Thank you.
You bet. You bet. All right. Well, Kim, you're the only one left in here. What did you have any questions before you go? See, is it did you have any other questions? You can just if you don't want to speak, you can use the chat box. Or did you are you not here? If I don't hear anything in like 5 seconds, we will get out of here. Okay. Well, have a good one. If you enjoyed this, you should probably follow the YouTube channels, join me everywhere, get started. See you guys next week.